Well, the worst is if it's only two people, and you do it, you go, wasn't me. Well, you know, the other guy knows it wasn't him.
Oh, Schnucks is a hotbed. You'll just...
You don't do that in Schnucks.
Oh, I'll just...
Don't make that sound.
Right in the produce section.
Oh.
But they did a poll on Barstool yesterday, like, what's the worst place to use to, like, take a dump? And one of them was really, it was your new hookup spot or your significant other's parents' house. Which one would be worse?
Dude, I tell you what, I have clogged Madison's mom's toilet.
Oh.
Like, it might have been the first couple times we met.
Oh, you had to start plunging?
And I couldn't find the plunger.
Oh.
Having to go out and ask for a plunger during a family get-together.
Oh, where you first met them?
This is the second or third meetup. And just destroyed my bathroom.
So how did it end? Did you eventually find the plunger and get it done?
She brought one down from the main bathroom, and let me tell you, that was just the lowest point of my life.
I would assume so. Oh, but you couldn't just walk away from it.
Nothing makes you feel more special than unclogging a toilet with a plunger. There's just nothing. It's just so hands-on.
You're proud of your work.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that still happens. I'm surprised they don't make toilets a little bit better now so that doesn't ever happen.
Well, at businesses, they make them with the extra power flush.
Yeah.
I mean, those things will eat an entire roll of toilet paper with the insert intact. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have to have those issues.
No, I hope not.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Well, let's put our golf where our mouths are.
Now,
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2. The Post Sports Bar and Grill presents
Iggy, say it ain't so.
Iggy's Drops of the Week.
What region of the country has the least amount of fat?
I would like to promote it, but I don't really have any information.
No, you look like $1 million, Tim.
Nice, thanks. That is the first time he's ever involved me with his wife.
There's a lot of gay stuff on there, which I love.
You cuckolded me.
I gotta tell you something. I'd bang me.
Oh, yeah, your husband can't do it like this, baby.
Who had more conquest, you or Wilt?
I don't know.
Back streets, back. All right.
If I'm getting paid enough money, I'll slap you in the face with my penis. I don't care.
Oh, good.
She doesn't have a penis.
Day holes turn to night holes. Night holes turn to day holes.
I didn't have a boner.
Oh, it's a maple long john, boys.
I'm watching porn.
We should sleep together.
Come on, man. You're going to get dragged.
The baby only cries when I pick it up. I think a hand is a hand. I need donuts. There's a show going. Listen to those guys breathe. Shut up.
This used to be Bing Crosby's clam bake.
I guarantee she has never seen one of my DMs.
Have you DM'd me?
Oh, my stepfather's chest is so hairy.
Today I will give the Pacers score and talk about Tervis Paris. What's his name?
Karis LeVert.
I banged a bunch of dudes to get to a board-out position.
There, I know your son David was with Stacy Keebler for a while and could have been your sister-in-law. That brings a lot of the fats down.
Is there a walrus section?
A container for my coffee, kind of like a Venti. A Veti.
Yeti.
Yeti. Yeti. You can't win the Super Bowl unless you win all your playoff games.
Yeah, that guy had never had gay sex before then, I guess.
10 inches, I don't care.
As he sips from the Hoosiers goblet.
Well, the video came out of him having kind of dog sex. I want to finish. It won't let me finish. I'm like the bottom on this show.
Those are the people that don't understand what cucking is.
There's a tall twink. 90% of our listeners want to bang you. She knows I'm somewhat of a slut.
Rick, how do you think that your relationship with Offset, making the song with you and Metro Boomin, how do you think that affected your career?
Are you guys familiar with Mark Madden?
No.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week, presented by The Post.
Stay posted, my friends.
I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. I've been the title sponsor of the Morning After for over a decade. And in these 10 years, I've learned a lot about shrubs and dotem and, of course, our fearless leader, Tim. I honestly can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be. Huge shout out and thank you to all the listeners. It's because of you that this is possible. Thank you for supporting the sponsors. If you ever need a home loan, I'm your guy. It all starts today at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular Carne con Cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
You wanted the best? Well, you got the best. The hottest band in the world.
Yes. The End of the Road World Tour. October 25th, Enterprise Center. Yes. Countdown. The final 50 shows. On sale Friday, April 7th, 10 a.m. at LiveNation.com. History will be made.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We are in the Michelob Ultra Studios, and it's the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Ken Strode has the day off. Darren Atkins is known as the Plowhawk, and he is loaded for bear today after Woodford Reserve. And Action Jackson's in the Horton Watkins Studios, and Doug, indeed.
Indeed, yes. How can we find ourselves in second place? 4 games in, already in second place, behind the Red Legs and the Brew Crew. Come on, Bowtie, get off your haunches. Go get us a sidewinder from the Far East somewhere. Go get us a fiery right-hander from the DR throwing 105 miles an hour. Get us some hurlers in here. I'm tired of what I'm seeing on the hill. More. Why can't we get any pitching? We had the entire off-season to get a hurler, to get a pitcher, to get someone who could throw inside, outside, up, down, change your eye level, pitch to contact. All that could have been happening. DeWallet. Come on, DeWallet, open your purse strings. Good. You've got a couple $2 billion in your coffers. How about you spend a dime or two? Stan Kroenke. This Stan Kroenke has cost this city dearly, and I, for one, am tired of it. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese, you stop your gesticulating. Caitlin Clark, same with you. Keep your hands and your fingers to yourselves. This kind of stuff has got to stop. And it's got to stop now, frankly.
They out-hit the Braves.
We out-hit the Braves, and yet they outscored us. This is not supposed to happen. If only DeWallet would spend a little bit, if only Bowtie would get on the phone, get on the horn, and get us a couple of pitchers. Am I the only one who sees this?
Plowhawk sees it.
I saw it about 2 months ago, but it's cool. I was with Wainwright healthy.
Oh, I thought Matz was supposed to pitch last night.
Woodford. He'd been great all spring. He was great last year. Not last night, he wasn't.
What happened to that slider?
I don't know what happened to the slider. It hung up there. They were hitting frozen ropes.
Austin Riley barely cleared the
Austin
ball.
Riley hit one almost 500 feet, almost hit it out of the stadium to left field. There have been some long home runs so far. Gorman hit one the other day, too, that was almost as far. Beginning to wonder, is the ball juiced? Maybe that's our problem. The ball is juiced. Riley can't hit it that far on his own. He had help.
Low-hanging fruit is what you get.
We could use some low-hanging fruit right about now. We got no fruit. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're in second place. It's wild card or bust, and right now we're not going to get a wild card spot.
Yeah, that Woodford Matt's 1-2 punch really going to do some damage.
Oh. Well, they're up against what might be the best team in the National League.
They don't have the best fans.
We've got the best fans, and yet they're subjected to this kind of nonsense. The only team that doesn't have a win yet is the defending National League champion Philadelphia Phillies. What does that tell you? Nothing. I just thought I'd bring it up.
It is true.
You're welcome to call in with your takes, 636-9004-TMA. We're going to fire some people here today. We're gonna part ways with take your pick of Mozeliak, Gersh, Marmol. Can we fire DeWitt?
Oh,
I don't see why not. Okay. Everybody answers to somebody, and he answers to the B-Fibs.
Let's just pressure him into selling.
636-9004-TMA. You can call in. Or you can text in Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. Michelob Ultra Studios, Friends of the Feather Gather. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbohydrates. Studio sponsor and sponsor of the J. Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship, which is coming your way in 26 days. Get involved on the program by texting in 314-881-TMA5, EDF text inbox, or call in 636-9004-TMA. Email in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Buck Swope planted his flag yesterday. Won KISS tickets for October 25th at Enterprise, and we're giving those away again today for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. The tickets go on sale on Friday at 10 a.m. Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. And Doug, you know, I tell people, get your air conditioning checked now. Now is the time to do it. The Hawk is going to be up today. Storms potentially over the next 24, 48 hours in the St. Louis area, as we'll have a high of 83 today. Holy moly, cockatoli. Iggy, is that accurate? Is that 83 accurate? Seth Goldcamp needs to take care of the people at Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I think he will because he's the best in the business.
Yeah, it might even go a little higher.
Oh, my God.
We might hit 85. Well, with that wind, you know, and that Santa Ana...
Santa Ana.
That's correct.
That's what happens.
That affects California.
Well, it also
in St. Louis
comes this way. That's how it gets so
it
warm this time of year. But yeah, it's you know, we got a high 50 day in there somewhere in the next week. But after that, it's you know, I say once they tee off at Augusta, it's really spring. There's no more 50s. It's going to be 60s, 70s, 80s. Get into May, right around Tim's member guest, 100.
Tim's member guest. Was that a passive-aggressive way to ask for an invitation?
I'm saying, last year was in May, and I asked Tim, I said, did we play this in May last year?
You reminding him that it's the member guest? So,
no, I'm not
because you haven't got your invitation yet?
He's got somebody to play.
Doug, Matt Poling, a compadre from the University of Missouri. We were roommates, and he works for the Doggies, as a matter of fact.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Watch this. Defense, Doggies, defense. Defense, Doggies, defense.
Where's our kit?
What's that?
Where's our kit?
You still don't have your kit, do you?
We've got all these people that work for him. We can't get a kit in here.
Well.
Got Joe Parisi, Matt Seebeck.
Joe Parisi doesn't have anything to do with it, does he?
Well, Pete Parisi, remember him with
sure.
Magazine?
Yeah, I love that show. That was great local television.
That was great local television.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been gone for a while, I think. Joe Pelusi's been gone, too. It's hard
Producer
to keep
Joe, more than a
Pelusi
decade
and
now.
Parisi and all of them straight. But we'll do our best and wait for that kit.
And in the meantime, we'll go to designairservice.com to work with Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff at Design Air Heating and Cooling. Thank you, Seth, for being the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Doug's a client. I'm a client. Say, friends, why don't you become a client as well? So we are angry about the Cardinals, and we're looking to terminate people here on the show this morning. But, Doug, you talk about the
Turtby. I can't remember when I was less compelled to watch the championship game. I saw a bunch of it, but UConn won, of course. UConn won every game in the tournament by double digits. They were just a dominant team. You wonder how they lost 8 times during the regular season. I mean, they looked fantastic in the tournament.
It's a team that got hot at the right time, and it's a team that was challenged in conference play, but really showed that conference put them in a great position when Borsch rolled around.
Much. Okay.
We got Jimmy Calhoun.
Jimmy Calhoun and Kevin Ollie.
Don't let me down, Jimmy Calhoun. The coaches looked like decent guys, but they weren't guys that you root for or you root against. There was no big little superstar involved in the game that you loved or hated. It just wasn't a whole lot to grab your attention, I didn't think.
Jackson, how do you feel about Toy? Jackson would have won some cash money. He bet San Diego State to win it at plus 375.
I did, yeah. That wouldn't hurt. But, yeah, I like Dan Hurley and Brian Dutcher. Dutcher played with the Fab Five, there's some, but you're right, Doug. There was no star power. Like Sunogo is great, but you didn't hear about him until the tournament rolled around. So, lack of star power. I mean, UConn's a blue blood. That's their 5th national championship, but it's not like a Duke or North Carolina or Kentucky or Kansas or Indiana kind of blue blood.
Are any of us considered broadcasting blue bloods?
You and Doug.
I think we're old money. I think we're more old money, and that would be blue blood.
Okay.
Yeah. San Diego State just didn't have it. They just didn't. They went on like 11-minute stretch in the first half with no field goals, just free throws. It just wasn't great. Yeah. And also 8:20 tip-off. 8:20 tip-off is not good. That means it ended at like 11:40.
I was watching the Cardinal game, and I go, oh, yeah, the NCAA tournament championship game's on this evening. Let me see what's doing. And it was 8:40, and I think it was like 12-10 with 12 minutes left or something like that. I go, oh, that's nice.
What, were they going for prime time on the West Coast?
That's what I don't get. Like, what? If UConn, Storrs, Connecticut, it's almost midnight and the game is ending.
Yeah, not just that, but, a big chunk of the United States population is probably not going to watch your second half.
Brutal. What are we doing?
I don't get that.
The women's championship was on too early, and the men's championship was on way too late. Let's get those times together.
Yeah, the women started at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's weak.
That was weak. And they had some of the highest ratings they've ever had for women's.
Yeah, they did. I saw
it,
that. Close to 10 million people watched.
Yeah.
I'd be curious the ratings for last night's game. Just because of who played.
I think the time, too, man. Like, literally 8:30 is insane.
So did this start later than normal?
I don't know.
No, that's probably when they usually started. I just always forget every year when it comes around.
When I was a kid, the Cardinals started their games at 8:05.
8:05?
8:05, and
no way.
You'd get a nice Saturday. Saturdays they started at 7. You thought, oh, this is nice. They started at 8:05.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wouldn't be over till 11 o'clock or so.
Holy crap!
Yeah, they did that a long time.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's surprising.
Now some of them start 6:45.
Last night was a 6:45 start.
Yeah, I like that.
How is Indiana blue blood and UConn isn't? Indiana hasn't won since the 80s. Did somebody say anything about Indiana? Jackson just said UConn's a blue blood.
I said UConn's a blue blood, but not in the way that like Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, and I said Indiana. They're an absolute prestige legacy program.
Yeah, I'd say so. They haven't been there a few years, but they had a long run of success.
2002 with Mike Davis?
You got to move your hands like that every time you talk about college hoops. Here come the hands.
Danny Fife.
That was the Blues, jackass. That's Steve in Wildwood.
Huh?
That was the Blues, jackass.
I don't know. I just read what's in the teleprompter.
8 o'clock. The Blues.
Yeah, the Blues did too, I think. I think the Blues started at 8 also.
Tim Boots is so angry he's not playing in member guest this year. That's from Mr. Slave. Iggy, are you furious? It seems like you are.
No, I'm not.
Mr. Slave, he says he's not. You can call him and debate it.
Happy for you. Got a chance to win this year now.
You played well last year.
Yeah, I did.
Come on, don't get down on yourself, old.
No, I played pretty well last year. Oh, what are you going to do? We lost the first match, we get 2 points or something the first match?
I think it might have been less.
We got killed.
Did you tip your cap?
Oh,
It wasn't necessarily a bad play. It was a cap. It was a cap tipper. Sometimes you tip your cap.
I mean,
Go ahead and tip it.
Knocking in bunker shots and knocking in 50-footers. And
you had no hope. You couldn't continue.
No, so when you're pretty much done after the first round, your first match, figure, let's just have some fun.
Wondering if the wind the old guy said is coming will affect the best of programming again today, like Plow claimed it had over the weekend. Over the past 3 days, the best ofs have been better than the past year of that loser board op uploading only Sinbad Hour and the old fella debating aliens. Doug, a lot of words in there. Some of them didn't necessarily translate for me, but that's Nathan from the east side of Alton.
Let him have it, Plowser. You don't have to put up with that.
That's all good. I can read him like a book. Married too early, got a bunch of kids he doesn't want.
Yeah. Oh,
it's all good.
That's kind of personal there.
Doesn't want.
So you believe Nathan from the east side of Alton got married at like, 23, and he has 5 children. He wanted 2, and he's just kind of stuck. And so he takes out his frustration on our best of programming.
More or less, yeah. I mean, if you're this angry about best of programming at 7:20 in the morning on a Tuesday, you got something going.
There must not be much else on the radio in St. Louis if you're worried about our best of programming.
I mean, like I said, like, it all automates. Like, I automate it. Like, Friday
sure
when I
it
left, it
does.
was good. Sometimes weather, sometimes, technical issues happen. And, surprisingly, I don't have my app on listening to all day on the weekends every single second to make sure everything's running.
Wind can blow our programming right off our airwaves.
Well, it wasn't just wind. He acts like it was just a gust of wind. I mean, there were some heavy storms on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
And
and I don't
more
even know
coming.
if that's what it was. I'm just guesstimating on typically heavy weather will do that. So.
Plowboy, you just nailed my life. Thanks. That's from the 731, but that's not from Nathan from the east side of Alton. But
Who is
the
it?
731 said you just described his life.
Huh. Married too young, too many kids he doesn't want.
Trapped.
Well,
is
it
it?
happens.
And then the route to get rid of the frustration is to text into our show.
Apparently, complain about Sinbad hour. Sinbad is
We
a
still
great.
running him every day?
I'm running him once a week. I do it once a week.
So if that guy got divorced,
he'd be better.
No, if he got divorced, and the wife says, "Okay, we'll have a custody hearing," he'll say, "Nah, you can have him."
Nah, I'm good. I'll just write you a check.
Yeah.
And then he'll stop texting because he is a banty little rooster, isn't he? Is he on Jackson's Mount Rushy? Of like,
Nathan?
yeah.
No, he's too funny.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen that side of him
Yeah,
yet.
he's a hoot.
You still got to pay for the kids, even if you don't get the custody.
Yeah, but you don't want him. Why would you want him around?
I probably should have said don't want him.
Guys, Nathan has 5 girls. He only wanted 2 kids, but they kept trying for a boy, and now he's stuck. That's from the 314. Wow, these people know Nathan from the east side of Alton.
Yeah. Yeah, the pattern's pretty evident.
So
Based
you
on
know
his
Nathan,
text
too. He
history.
only wanted 2. He
Yeah.
tried a 3rd time for a boy. Didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Thought, okay, we'll do it again. Another girl. And then they go,
Right.
okay, we got to get it on the 5th
Fifth
time.
time was
Kind
a
of like
mistake.
the
That one
Gordon
was-
Hayward video.
Right.
And then
Classic.
Yeah. How many girls does Gordon Hayward
Yes,
have?
4, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4. He just had a boy, though.
Oh, did he?
They just, yeah. He's got a lot of kids.
Stephen Wildwood said, I used to feel trapped. Then all the kids left. And then we moved to the city. And I feel free again. Steve Wildwood. Yeah, he gets up in the middle of the night and beats off, right?
Oh.
They climbs.
Looking at Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
What a life.
Oh. I would love to.
That's pretty much my life. Yeah.
I would love to live there during a Cardinal game, Cardinal weekend. It'd be fun to have all that energy and the game going on below you. But I think if the Cardinals weren't there, I'm not sure I'd like living there.
Well, I'm sure the building wouldn't be there if the Cardinals weren't there.
No, it wouldn't. But that's only 81 times a year out of 365, of course.
Yeah, but it's a pony down there in the summer, regardless of the game day or not.
What if you're just sitting on your lanai having a nice iced tea, trying to relax, and you hear all
Don't
these
get a
fans
lanai.
crying, you hear
It's
the
a lanai.
organ playing, and you just want some peace and quiet, and you got all those fans cheering, making noise.
Well, if you didn't like noise, you wouldn't move down there in the first place. If you didn't want to be involved in the center of the activity.
Maybe you just want to live in a high-rise downtown.
Well, then there are those too that aren't right on the next to the stadium.
Mansion House still around?
Yes.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Used to party in that place.
Did you? What sort of parties?
Wild parties.
I shouldn't even ask, should I?
Well, I can't really.
No telling what a guy like
go
you
into-
was up to.
Can't go into detail.
Why not?
Oh, key bumps and anal.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of coke.
now why would you do that?
Because it's the mansion
Why
house,
would you
baby.
do that?
Mansion House looks like it hasn't been updated since
Yeah,
you
it
were
looks.
doing the key
It was old back then.
Dude, I looked at that place when I first moved.
How did it appeal to you?
I liked it because I was new to the city and like didn't really have an apartment of my own, so I loved it.
Looked like the big time.
I didn't
probably.
end up getting it, yeah.
We would go to on weekends. We go to 4th and Pine quite a bit.
4th and Pine.
What was that?
Just
Bar?
kind of like a bar, nightclub. One of our favorite bands, the Sheiks, played there quite a bit.
What were you wearing? Miami Vice get up again?
No, it
Fake
was,
Rolex?
I don't know. No, I wasn't into it back then. I don't think that was the era of the Miami Vice fake Rolex. No, but the Sheiks would play. There would always be a party at the Mansion House afterwards, so we'd go over there and hang out.
Who'd you go over there with?
Usually me, my brother, Gary Cruz, maybe Frank Koch.
Frank Coke went with you. He supplied the Coke.
No. But the Mansion House was a happening place back then.
Yeah, it was.
And I think I had sex with a stripper back there once.
Oh, no.
I think so.
What was his name?
Nice, Doug.
Real nice.
We just went back.
See what I did
remember
there?
they had an indoor pool. When we were having sex in the pool.
Oh.
I think it was the Mansion House. I don't remember.
If you know where Iggy had sex with a stripper, please
Yeah, if
text
you were there, let me know.
314-881-TMA5. Where's the scorecard from Spencer Teal and Boots? That's from Mr. 6301. Don't you remember him? He has the speedy card at Meadowbrook.
Yeah, he sure did.
I forgot to look for it because I really don't care if you people believe me or not. So I really don't have to prove anything. I forgot to look though.
But you think you do have the scorecard in your apartment?
Somewhere, yeah.
Where would you store a scorecard that's
I just
40
think
years
I
old?
have it in a box with a bunch of stuff, like pictures from Bermuda and
Little mementos.
media credentials. I got a box of just crap.
Morning, guys. More Doomsday Cardinal posts from the obese losers who live west of 270 on the fan pin last night. Between their emotional tirades about the Cardinals and bashing Pawpaw Strode, things couldn't possibly get more pathetic in that cesspool called The Pin. Doug, that's from the Bentonville Bear.
Okay.
They really bash me on there, even though I'm not on there to defend myself.
Doug, you spent some time on the fan
I
page
don't.
last night.
I don't really.
I haven't been on there.
No.
And
Did you tweet out anything about Woodford last night?
No, I couldn't get Bailey's. Didn't work on my
You couldn't get it
TV.
still? This is the second year running?
I can get it on my phone, but I'm not watching a game on my phone, draining battery, watching it on an 8-inch screen. So I have the app on my TV, my smart TV. It just won't. I've done everything. It just loads
Just
and
spins
black.
forever?
Yeah, just black screen. So great app.
You should
shocked that they're $8 billion in debt.
You should try deleting it and then reinstalling it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'd rather just.
That worked for me getting the soccer on
Yeah.
Apple TV.
Yeah. Well, I really missed a thriller. Who would have
Okay.
known that, a guy who probably shouldn't be in the rotation threw a clunker.
There's going to be other games that'll go better, though. You need to watch these games.
Now we got Matsy 9 games today, so.
Matsy 9 games?
What does that
That's
mean?
how many games he started last year.
Oh.
Make 10, 12 million.
At least Hicks has looked good his first 2 outings.
This is a solid
Not so
pitching
much.
core.
Guys.
That's definitely going to take us deep.
Gosh.
There's a guy when he's throwing 100th, the hardest thrower in baseball. Now he's middle relief of best.
He is proof that a major league hitter will hit a bullet if you put it right down the middle of the plate. You can't throw it too hard for these guys. If it's flat and it's down the middle of the plate, they will hit it.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem for our wild card push.
You're
I don't
conceding the
know.
division to the Reds.
Oh, it's all right. Tim, it's over.
It's not over. We're 4 games into 162.
Second week of the season.
You could tell.
The 573 says the Bailey's app works fine for me. I think the key is that you might need to try paying for your own account.
Oh,
I ain't doing that.
whose account are
If
you
you think
using?
I'm paying to watch that,
You using someone else's account?
probably. I forgot who I'm using.
Oh.
It's auto signed in, so whoever gave it to me, I appreciate it. But yeah, I just stopped trying.
You gave up on them.
Tried last night because I thought it'd be a good game, but
Well, if you uninstall it and then try to reinstall it, you'll probably need that password and everything to get back in, right?
correct. I think that's why I've been reluctant to do it.
Yeah.
The fan page is reporting the golf course Iggy said he shot a 72 at was not around at the time Iggy says he shot really well there. That is from Larry Thornton.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Doug, passionate
And,
defense.
and that's
I
all you're
don't-
going to say about that?
I mean, I don't remember exactly how old I was.
Probably late 20s,
Let's see,
mid-30s.
when did Spencer Teolan open up, Doug? Do you recall?
No,
Was
I
Arnold
don't.
Palmer here for
1989.
1989? And Iggy, how old were you in 1989?
89, it would have been
32?
32.
31? 32.
Yeah. So I said it was late 20s, maybe it was early 30s. I really don't know. It's a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I lie about what I shot?
I don't know why you would.
You think that makes me a big deal?
Yeah.
You shot 71 one time.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm a 19 handicap, so
In honor of the Masties and Lenten season, we'll be lowering the cost of admission to this morning's beat-off session to $29.99 for anyone with a Grint membership. Celebrity chef Mario Batali will be joining us around 7:45 to whip up a wonderful deviled egg recipe for those who early. Thank you. I'll only say this once. I'd like your promotional prizes. The guy at the door knows me, so he gives me 2 of everything, but a kitchen shelf can never have too many Khalil Green dolls.
You guys miss Khalil Green?
I was more of a Cesar's tourist guy.
I don't think I ever got a Cleo Green doll. Bobblehead.
He had a good year with San Diego once. I mean, when the season started, they had him batting like 4th.
Guys, the best of Kenny bending the knee to Riggs and frantically trying to pretend like he didn't mock him for the last year was very good. Well done, Darren. That's from Mr. Slade. Is that part of the best of rotation, Plowek?
I would say, yeah. I added Riggs being on the show.
I don't see how bending the knee was. I told him right on the air that I didn't really care for the way they cover golf.
Their brand of journalism.
Yeah, it annoyed me yesterday every time Tiger maybe breathed. Riggs was tweeting it out, saying how godlike he was. Oh, look at that shot. It's like I've seen that golf shot 100,000 times. So they're fanboys for sure. And they're sponsored by TaylorMade. So, like, when Rory and Morikawa came out with, kind of frustration with their equipment, I think the new driver, and they wanted to go back to the old ones.
Yeah.
Then Rory the next day hit like a bomb with a new driver, and it was like, oh, the hater can shut up. He's not complaining about it. He openly complained about the equipment, but I don't know. Riggs he's a great follow, but I think I like Dan Rappaport better in terms of the foreplay boys.
So you like Riggs or Dan Rappaport?
I don't read either one.
In terms of Twitter, yeah, Riggs is more just a fanboy on that.
They played golf with Scotty Scheffler. I just went to the Foreplay
Yep.
pod page. Wow.
He's sick.
Yeah, the young guys like him.
It's good for all these tour players to play with these big golf YouTube channels because it just ups their notoriety and brand, and you get a personal side of it more so than any interview you'll ever do.
Well, they got to find somebody else. I mean, I think they're off of Kisner now since he's missed like 7 out of 8 cuts.
Don't be down on Kisner.
God, he sucks.
Okay.
Where did anybody watch this thing with Scotty Scheffler? I'd like to watch this. You know where they played?
No. No, I don't know where they played. I didn't watch it.
Somebody yanked one dead left right off the gate.
Probably Big Trent.
Big Trent.
Yeah, that's always confusing to where, like, he has professional golf instructors. He has the best equipment. He plays whenever he wants, and Trent still can't break 90. I always found
Hard
that.
game.
It is a hard game.
Some people just aren't. They don't have the mechanics. They don't have the hand-eye coordination. You can't teach that.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like with all those resources at your disposal.
But yeah, I don't. Back to that, I didn't bend the knee to anybody. I just told him he's a nice guy. I mean,
You didn't like the phrase "bend the knee,"
I
did
didn't
you?
say I don't like the guy.
No.
I just said I don't care for their brand of journalism. I'm like, when it comes to golf, I'm old school.
Who do you like in the golf media world, sir?
Jaime Diaz, I like.
Jaime Diaz on the Golf Central coverage live from the Masters.
How about Judy Rankin?
Retired now.
Yeah, she doesn't do much anymore.
Oh, Dottie Pepper.
Like Dottie Pepper.
Colt Knost?
She's not really a journalist. She's
What about Colt Knost? He's new. Young guy.
Colt Knost is good. I'm a big fan of Smiley Kaufman.
Smiley new. Also, probably around the same age as Colt Knost, I would guess.
Yeah. Both entertaining, both good. Smiley's just kind of down to earth, just kind of doesn't try to make fun people or make funny comments like Faraday. He just kind of tells you what's out there. Yeah, it's a little left or right. It's uphill. You got to be careful up past the hole, guys. Just does his job.
You like that straightforward approach.
I do. And then like guys like Faraday, who I used to like, but yeah, he's no longer funny. But he thinks he is. And that's what's sad, is that he still tries to throw out these one-liners that just aren't funny anymore.
No.
So anyway, I'm kind of old school.
Yeah, sure you are.
Guys, Scotty could only play with one club. He went 4-iron on a par 5 to about 10 feet, putted with the 4-iron and made birdie. That's from Father Brown.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Is that the club you'd pick if you could only have one club?
Boy, not a lot of people can hit the 4-iron, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick that club.
What would you pick?
One club? I have no idea.
I think I'd pick a hybrid.
That 3-wood comes out, Plowhawk, whether it's 170 or 220.
That is right. You use that wide delta on that
I think
3-wood.
Jackson's because you can bump and run it if you're,
Yeah, you can putt
40
with that,
yards.
too.
Yeah.
See, now they
God,
Scotty
that'd be a
Scheffler.
challenge.
How many were there? 4 of them? 3 of them? 4 of them?
Probably 4.
Yeah.
All right, they had 4, and they made him use one club. We played a PGA professional. We let him use every club, and we still beat him. We didn't make him only use one club.
How about that, Doug?
We're pros.
KG in O-Town says he may have bent the knee last year, but he straightened that MF out last month. And Iggy and Riggs had a Twitter exchange. I've got Spieth and Kagan winning this week. Bradley is my only player to miss the cut. Nice quad, Iggy responded.
Okay.
KG
Nice
in O-Town.
quad?
So what, you're going back and checking my tweets from 6 months ago?
What does nice quad mean? Quadruple bogey?
I think that's when Keegan missed the cut, and he made a quadruple bogey on a par 4.
Oh, and you were down on him.
Snowman.
Well, he missed the cut because of that. Or else I'd have made money for the kids.
Oh. It's pretty much all about the children.
Yeah, why don't you go back and see if I tweeted something at him back in 2018.
Occasionally, can you send something? Thank you. The Scheffler video wasn't a scramble. Thanks, Loomster.
That's what I'm saying. It could have been.
They've done scrambles against pros.
Instead of making him use just one club.
Yeah. Well.
That's why I watched that Haley Ormont.
Haley Joel Osment.
It's Haley Ormont. She's I guess she's mid-20s, plays golf, but she does these challenges. And she'll play against somebody that every time you get outdriven, you got to take a club out of your bag or something like that. So she, the guy, she outdrives him. She gets to take one club out of his bag. She takes a putter out, obviously. And if she gets another shot, she takes a wedge out. So she plays different things with different people. It's kind of fun.
What's the purpose of that?
Just
a few holes in, you have no clubs, the game's over?
Just contact. Well, you're not going to hit 14 shots in one hole.
Speak for yourself.
Well, if you do, you shouldn't be playing anyway.
Oh.
But, man, that's kind of fun.
You certainly might take 8 shots in a hole, especially if you don't have a putter.
These are fairly decent players. If they sucked at golf, they sure as hell wouldn't be doing videos. Nobody would be watching them.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
And she's very attractive, too, so.
No, now we got down to it.
Well,
buried the lead.
That's where most of these girls doing golf are on YouTube because they're attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Paige Sporaniak.
Doug, is it Paige Sporaniak or is it Sporaniak?
I'm not sure.
Sporaniak?
I think she's dating the Ohio State quarterback.
Stroud?
CJ Stroud?
Kyle
Is she
McCord.
really?
Nah, Kyle McCord. Was.
I thought she was married up until just like a few months ago.
That's why this was breaking news.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never knew she was married.
Well, we're going to cover it right here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. First, I would like to tell people about Engineer Design Facilities. When Engineer Design Facilities acquired Bit Group in 2020, the goal was twofold. First, to diversify the new combined entities' offerings and portfolio in order to provide our customers and partners with a broader scope of our technical services. And second, strategically merge the two most experienced data center and critical facilities service providers and design teams this market has to offer into one formidable force known as the EDF Group. As the company moves forward as the EDF Group, please check out the newly revamped website at theedfgroup.com and take a look at each of the 3 divisions they have to offer. EDF Group equals 3 divisions, 1 quality partner, or as we like to say, 1 throat to choke for all of your critical facilities, data center, commercial fire alarm, and electrical and IT infrastructure needs. If a listener wants to contact the EDF Group, they can email fire@theedfgroup.com, or they can go to the new website, theedfgroup.com, and fill out the form at the bottom of the website. It's Engineer Design Facilities, the EDF Group. And think about it. Let's see. Iggy is right. She's fine. Who are we talking about now? Are we talking about Paige? Are we talking about Haley?
Who?
Haley, I think it's Ornament.
Ornament.
Like
right.
ornament, but I think it's pronounced ornament, like O-R-N-M-O-N-T, something like that.
Okay.
Looks to be Ostrom.
Could be Ostrom.
Ostrom's not very close to ornament.
Ostromont?
O-S-T-R-O-M.
That's pronounced ornament.
It isn't. Although you look at Krzyzewski, you'd never think that that's pronounced that way.
Right.
He was adamant that UConn was a blue blood, and he was upset with Colin Cowherd yesterday for saying that they weren't.
What, did he go on Colin Cowherd's show and say that?
The Volume podcast.
Oh. Well, how could UConn not be a blue blood?
They've won 5 national titles, and they've never lost in a championship game.
Yeah.
All since 1999.
Right. I don't think anyone's won 5 since 99 but them.
Yeah, it's impressive. 3 different coaches?
That's correct. Doug's guy, Jimmy Calhoun.
Jimmy got don't me down.
Kevin Ollie sued the school, won. And now, Dan Hurley. Congratulations, Dan. You warned people. Better get us now. Well, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
And now he's a champion.
Yeah.
And in a year where the women's team, I think the first time in, 18 years?
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't make it to the quarterfinals or the Final Four. I mean, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the men's team wins it.
It's Ostrom, damn it. That's from KG in O-Town.
It's on a month.
Oh, you went here to go look it up?
Okay.
Like you knew who it was?
No, I didn't.
I mean, I could have went and looked it up, too.
Ordemont.
Doug, it was Jim Nance's last NCAA tournament game. Here he is fighting off from the Final Four. Take a listen.
Yeah, I heard it. It sounded like he was crying.
Guys, at a loss. We're at a loss. We're at a loss for sure. The GOAT. Just remember, one thing I learned through all of this is everybody has a dream, and everybody has a story to tell. Just try to find that story. Be kind. You told it better than most, let me tell you. Can I tell you one other thing? I mean this, not to try to play off Hello Friends, but to you, everybody in the college game, my CBS family, my family, all the viewers, thank you for being my friend.
I will miss him. I liked him a lot.
Jimmy Dance.
You used to watch him on golf and football.
Yeah, he's just quitting basketball. That's it. CBS is not losing the game, right?
No, he's just shutting it down. I'd like to talk to CBS, maybe lower the horn section while Jim Nance is giving his final
It's like this is
sign-off.
the last time you're going to hear him, and you're just blaring the same music we've
Yeah,
heard
I was
for
really
30
surprised by
years.
that. Why did they need to do that, though?
It makes no sense. Just you can keep it on, just lower the horn section
Right.
so you can hear Nance.
God almighty.
I think he is very good, though.
Oh, he's incredible.
I really have enjoyed him over the years.
It's the most calming, yet big. It's like the perfect combination of calming yet like big game.
It's just so effortless when you got that kind of talent.
Yeah.
And a nice guy. Not a prima
really,
donna.
really is a nice guy. I interviewed him when they were here for the PGA Championship. I think I told you this. And when the interview was over, he said, "Well, thank you for doing that." And he walked to the photographer and said, "What's your name? It's nice meeting you, too. Thank you for this interview." I said, "Really?" That's what he said to us.
Yeah. I had his home number, and I would call him to see if he'd come on the air, and he'd always say the same thing. I'd call him anyway. He'd say the same thing. Kenny, I really don't know my schedule. I'm not putting you off. I really have no idea what I'm doing in the next few days. So if you can call my office, talk to my secretary. She has my whole schedule. Tell her I talked to you. She'll set it up. But I can't do it myself. I really have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah. Nice brush off.
No, we got him on. It's just...
Yeah, I've heard him on being interviewed. He just seems like a great guy, fantastic guy.
Guys, Nance's sign-off reminds me of the final broadcast of Pepper and Genie. Very emotional. It's Minute Bowl eligible. Was there music playing over you guys?
Did we even do one to end it? Or
No, I didn't even think we knew.
Michael Franks just blaring.
And yet it may very well be the #1 show in the
That's
St.
correct.
Louis Magazine's poll.
Yeah, then somebody's going to have to mail the plaque here.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to buy the plaque.
Yeah, well.
And it's like $250.
I'm sure Hubbard will pay for
God,
it.
can't be that
Don't want that
big
thing
of a
hanging out there with all the Nabby.
Great clip, Jackson. I was almost able to hear what they were saying amongst the background noise. That's from the Bentonville Bear. Jackson, that's on you.
Yeah, I know. I just don't get why CBS is just blaring that damn horn section. I've heard it for a month and a half. I don't need to hear it anymore. I want to hear Jim Nance talk.
Anybody stay up to watch One Shining Moment?
They post it on Twitter every year. There's no need to stay up.
Well, I used to stay up to see it. Last night I went to bed.
Missouri
before
was
the
in
game
it?
was over.
Missouri was in it?
For about 0.3 of a second, you got a Noah Carter dunk. And then quickly, it was like in the compilation of dunks. And
Doug, who did Missouri win the NCAA tournament against? 3.
Their first round game?
Yes, 1.
They lost to Princeton.
Who'd they beat, though? 3.
Can I have initials, please?
You don't know? Are you serious?
Jackson's going to hold you accountable now.
I've forgotten already.
Oh,
Can I have
Their coach isn't there anymore.
Initials,
That
please.
won't help.
U.S.
U.S.
About to come in there.
Jackson's mad.
University.
Utah State.
The
There you
greatest
go.
moment
See, that was easy.
in the last 20 years in St. Louis sports.
That was easy. It's amazing how quickly I forget things now.
The Senate is going to legalize betting in Missouri with Jackson broadcasting quote-unquote lock bets on 101 ESPN that come far from cashing. San Diego State covering 7.5. My ass. It's from Hammer and Hank.
People love to pop off after the game. People love it. I had someone tweeted at me.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. Great call, Jackson. Say that before the game starts, and maybe I'll respect your opinion.
It's a no upside play. It's never.
It's zero. Yeah, there's no point to do it. It's great though.
Well,
hope you made money, whoever you are.
Yeah, everybody's showing their brackets when they had Connecticut winning it all.
Right. San Diego State was like they made a nice little second half comeback, and then the under 4 timeout, it went about as poorly can go. Brick a free throw, and then like 3 threes hit by the Huskies.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Not much.
All I know is I didn't win March Madness for Casey's bracket.
You didn't win?
No, AD did.
Anthony Davis?
You're a team player, you are.
Oh.
AD down the hall, Casey Morning Show.
Okay. Well, I do this morning show, so I don't hear Casey's morning show.
He's a coworker.
I probably never met him.
Well,
do
why
you
don't
listen to
why-
Casey's morning show? I can't. I'm
why-
here.
Why don't you walk around the hall every once in a while?
Because we have a show of our own.
Meet some people.
But we're doing this show. I can't go down to station to meet everybody.
You really should today.
Done stuff.
During the show?
No,
Who
it
cares?
breaks. Just walk in. The lights off, just walk in.
No, you can't do that.
If the lights off, walk in and introduce yourself.
That's not the thing you do.
What do you think, UMass's going to kick you out?
Well, he's probably too nice, but I wouldn't do that to them. I wouldn't impose on them. You want people walking in our door here all the
I
time?
tell people they can walk in whenever they want.
Well, ours is the type of show where friends feel they can drop in at any time.
That's right. Friends come on in.
I don't know
Randy
about other
Carricker
shows.
comes in
Randy
regularly.
Characters popped in. Learn has popped in. A few other people have popped in.
Okay, if you had the first Learn mention, it's 7:47. You're a winner this morning.
Well, I didn't plan on bringing it up.
Okay.
Just talking about people that have popped in before.
All right. But it'd be kind of awkward if I were to just pop into Casey's morning show.
Not if they're off the air. You just go and say, morning, boys. Just want to say hi. They probably think, oh, that's nice of Doc to do that.
I don't know. They'd say, why is this old guy meandering in and out of our studio? You lost again? You didn't know who Missouri played in the first round? Now you can't remember your studio?
They probably say that when I walk in. But they wouldn't when you walk in.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Doug, what you do know is this. Ryan Kelly's going to save you money.
Well, if you let him save you money, he will.
Nice.
And the easiest way to do it is if you're carrying a lot of credit card debt. You don't need that. You don't want it nor need it. The average credit card interest rate right now over 24%. That's the highest it's been in over 30 years. And with inflation, people are carrying more debt than ever now. Put that equity to work with you that you have in your house with a simple cash-out refinance. The average Home Loan Expert client receives over $54,000 cash out on their refinance. Hopefully, that's plenty. You can pay off your credit card debt and stop paying 24% interest on that. Roll it into your mortgage. That's what Ryan Kelly does. He's done that for me twice. I refinanced twice with Ryan Kelly. With inflation here, people taking on more debt than ever. If you're a homeowner, leverage your equity. Put the equity in your home to work for you with that simple cash-out refi from the Home Loan Expert. His name is Ryan Kelly, and he is also known as Sir Mortgage. And the website, thehomeloanexpert.com.
Ryan Kelly, title sponsor of this program for a decade. If you want to look sharp, and I'm telling you, the way to look sharp is Holderness and Bourne. New sponsor here on TMA and some of the finest golf apparel in the game. Now, Doug, this is if you want to really catch some guys' attention at the Fan Page Club Championship.
Well, I'm not really that interested in that.
Okay, your loss. You can get a 15% off discount of your order by entering the promo code TMA15 at hbgolf.com. That's Holderness and Bourne. Alex Holderness and John Bourne started this brand back in 2015 after they were frustrated with the lack of great-fitting golf shirt options and wanted to come in and change that. You can pick out an H&B collar from across the driving range. Why? Because it has premium interfacing, hidden collar stays, and an English cut that is modern but not too aggressive. What does all that mean? It means you look more polished and more put together. A great collar frames your face and gives you good posture. And in the spring and summer, it stays sharp all day long. It doesn't lay down or flatten out as you sweat all over those 6-footers. So check them out at hbgolf.com and use the promo code TMA15 for 15% off your next order at hbgolf.com. That is Holderness and Bourne. Breaking news this morning from Jeremy Rutherford. Blues players will not wear Pride jerseys during warm-ups before the team's Pride Night game against the Flyers on Tuesday, a team source told The Athletic. Here is what you need to know. The Blues announced their plans for Pride Night, which included a list of promotions but notably omitted whether the team will be wearing Pride jerseys during the pregame warm-ups. The team said there will be Pride-themed warm-up pucks and rainbow stick tape available for players. The source said the decision not to wear the warm-up jerseys was made to put the focus on the positive things the team is doing to support and affirm the LGBTQIA plus community. St. Louis previously wore Pride jerseys during warm-ups on April 6th, 2022, so a year ago. Chris Zimmerman said they, quote, believe, he's the Blues president and CEO of business operations, said they, quote, believe in creating a welcoming and inclusive environment that encourages all fans to participate in our great sport. With our Pride Night alongside our partners from Pride, STL, and You Can Play Project, we are recognizing our friends in the LGBTQIA plus community and advocating for inclusivity in support of the NHL's Hockey is for Everyone initiative. As an organization, we are committed to celebrating and welcoming all individuals as valued members of the Blues family, regardless of how they identify or whom they love. Now, the backstory on this, per Jeremy Rutherford, is a number of individual players have opted out of some Pride Night plans this season, citing concerns for Russian player safety after Russia's anti-gay laws were amended in early December. Others have cited religious beliefs. Per the New York Times, the new Russian law makes it, quote, illegal to spread propaganda about non-traditional sexual relations in all media, including social, advertising, and movies. The law states fines can be up to $6,400 for citizens and $80,000 for organizations. NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daley recently told The Athletic that the league does not have any information to suggest Russian players are facing, quote, material threats in Russia or elsewhere if they choose to participate in Pride Night activities. Other NHL teams have gone forward this season with wearing Pride warm-up jerseys with either full or near full participation. The Flyers had a player opt out, a Russian player, and last month the Sharks had a player who I do not believe is Russian, but he cited his faith as a reason for not wearing a Pride jersey. The Blackhawks declined to wear Pride jerseys last month, with team sources citing, quote, security concerns for their 3 players of Russian heritage. And then 2 Panthers players, Mark and Eric Stahl, did not participate in warm-ups last week for the Panthers, citing their Christian beliefs. So there you go. There is the backstory on that.
All right.
Thoughts? Concerns?
I think they just don't want to get involved in the hassle of it all. I think it's great that they want to be inclusive. Haven't they always been inclusive? Has anyone ever been told you're not welcome at a game because of your sexual orientation? I doubt it. I doubt that's ever happened.
No. And if you want to say religion, I'm not going to poo-poo anybody's decision. If it's a religious thing and they don't believe in it, then I'm not going to call them names or say you're stupid. I mean, that's your own belief. But yeah, the Blues have always done that. They've always been inclusive. They don't. No, you can't come in here. What's your sexual orientation? Get out of here. No, I think they've been very good about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Now, some other teams, I can't name them, but every year there seems to be somebody that doesn't want to do it, and they get bashed, and they don't want to go full force on it. Well, we're going to do this, but we're not going to have the Pride Night. We're going to do this some other time.
Yeah, they probably get more negative PR out of it than positive.
Good for the Blues. That comes from Sweet Sweet Kai. Screw Russia. That comes from the total package.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the most effed up country there is.
I wouldn't be caught dead wearing a stupid LGBTQ jersey. That's from Eric in the Central West End.
That's nice of you, buddy.
Well, it is hockey. Does it matter who you want to sleep with when we go to a hockey game? Do you really care? Is that why you're there, to discuss that? It's hockey entertainment.
I am sometimes.
You're there to discuss who you want to sleep with?
Yeah.
You are. You go to the games.
I look around the stand. I haven't been to a game in 10 years, so hope I remember to get there. I would know how to get here for Thursday.
You don't think you can find the Enterprise Center?
Yeah, let's go straight down Clark.
Straight down Clark. Where are you going to pick it up? Here out in Maryland Heights?
40 to,
Creve Coeur?
I don't know, Jefferson, something like that.
All right.
Doug, what does this mean? Move on, Tim, quickly. Over 60 talking, 636. What does that mean?
That means they don't want you to
move on.
discuss the gay thing because too old have opinions.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
I thought it meant over 60, like miles an hour.
No.
Yeah, Doug and I can't talk about that.
No.
The comment sections are always really funny with those. I'm sure they're
just think it's
mature adults.
It stirs up feelings when you don't need to. It's just hockey entertainment. Just let them play hockey and not get involved in politics or sex or any of that.
You can't do anything and win. Just like Christian night at the ballpark, just putting their religion on us. Well, it's something they do after the game anyway, but you can't have any kind of night at the ballpark, celebrating any kind of whatever without somebody getting upset.
Yeah, someone will always be upset no matter what you do.
Every night's Hoosier night at the ballpark.
Mm-hmm. Star Wars night seems to be big with some folks.
Yeah, Grateful Dead night. I always like the tie-dye shirt.
Yeah. But when it comes to religion and politics, sexual habits, I think you're just asking for trouble if you try to put that into a sports event.
Yeah, even
just
comedians.
leave it alone.
Even comedians.
Leave it alone.
Dave Chappelle tries to be funny about it, and he just gets trashed. With the transgendered and LGBTQ. He's a comedian, but even comedians can't win anymore. So you just gotta stay away from it all.
Yeah. Well, the Blues would probably get bashed if they do it, and bashed if they don't do it.
Well, if the Blues
that's why you ought to just leave it alone.
If the Blues want to bring a jersey by, I'll wear it.
So now you want a Blues jersey as well as a city kit.
I'll promote Pride Night for you. Just bring the jersey by.
I'm a Star Trek fan. I hate Star Wars night. Thanks, Uncle Wally's plastic ear writing in.
I don't really get the Star Wars fascination. I don't understand it.
Never seen a Star Wars movie.
Well, they've officially ruined Star Wars now by doing like little series instead of like actual movies. Now they're doing like little series of like Mandalorian and so like.
Yeah.
If they're not movies, I'm done with it, man. I can't handle cliffhangers for waiting 8 months for a Star Wars show. Like that ain't worth the squeeze.
Was Star Wars the Princess Leia one? Is that Star Wars?
Yeah.
Princess Leia.
Leia. I've never seen any of them.
Well, the first one was huge for our age group. Almost everybody saw that first one, I think.
I didn't. I haven't seen any of them.
You've never seen Star Wars, really?
No. I've seen the Family Guy ones.
Yeah, right when Disney put pen to paper, Star Wars was over. It was officially ruined. It means they just are shoving out so much Star Wars content that you can't even keep up if you tried. Like it's, instead of keeping up with 1 or 2 movie series, now you're keeping up with 8 or 9 shows. You got another 3 offset movies that just... It's too much, man. For a casual fan like myself who likes the movies, you can't shove, 200-300 hours worth of content and expect somebody to catch up and love it.
Well, I used to Batman. I mean, that was one of my favorite shows as a kid. Always watched it on TV. Was as kids, and then even the movies. The first couple were good. When you have Clooney played one, and I think
the Clooney one was so bad.
Well, I'm not rating them. I'm just.
This guy runs goodorbad.com. Be careful.
You mean like the Michael Keaton one?
Yeah,
that one's great.
Those were
Jack
good.
Nicholson.
But then they came out of nowhere.
Doug, do you say Basinger or do you say Bassinger?
I usually say Basinger.
I say Bassinger. So it's Basinger.
You say tomato, I say tomato. Let's call the whole thing off.
Whatever I say, just go the opposite.
You say tomato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say potato. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Let's call the whole thing off.
But I was on Netflix the other night just searching for something to watch, and sometimes I just go alphabetically. I just go, let's type in a B, see what's up there in the B's. And there must have been 900 Batman, whether it be movies, cartoons, whatever. I mean, I've never seen so many of one
genre.
It's extremely valuable IP. They've made billions of dollars off Batman.
Now there's a guy, who I follow on Twitter and Instagram, Mickey New York.
Mickey New York.
I like that name.
I think it's Mickey NYNY. I guess he just walks around filming things in New York.
How about Iggy St. Louis?
But he says, here's Julia Roberts showing up at a friend's house. And he's just filming Julia Roberts getting out of her car. Hi, Julia. But he was filming the filming of The Joker in New York. And he's got Lady Gaga running up the steps. And I think, Tim, there might be some lesbianism in it because there's a scene with... I don't know who the other female lead is, but there's a scene with Gaga just stopping and making out with her.
Is it Butch on Butch?
Gaga's far from Butch.
Oh.
And the other girl looked pretty hot, too. So
Okay.
I don't know who the other girl is, but he just walks around New York and just films stuff.
Jeff Borzello just released his top 25 for next season, Doug.
Almighty.
What do you think's number one?
Can we have a practice first? Can
Well,
we
it worked
assemble
out.
the teams first before we have a top 25?
Last year with North
We
Carolina.
don't even know who's going to be on the clubs yet.
But do you know who's number one?
How about UConn?
Yes, so you agree with Jeff
I
Borzello.
would. After what I saw this last couple weeks, I don't know how anybody but UConn.
You should be able to get number two then.
Number 2, then San Diego State.
No.
No. Oh.
Kentucky.
No.
Initials, please, Tim.
M.
Michigan.
No.
Maryland.
No.
Missouri.
No.
Missouri.
Memphis.
No.
Memphis.
Marquette.
Marquette.
Marquette is number 2.
Okay.
Now, who is number 3?
Initials, please.
D.
Delaware State.
Duke.
Oh.
Mohawk agrees with the poll.
Okay.
And then Kentucky is 4. Jack Calipari is back with the number 1 recruiting class in the country and a potential starting lineup with at least 3 or 4 of those freshmen penciled in from day 1. Kentucky, number 4. Number 5, this one makes sense.
Kentucky's really had to ramp up their spending since the NIL rules came into effect. Number 5, what did you say the initial was there?
I haven't said it yet.
Oh, what's the initial?
FAU.
FAU. Florida International. Florida Atlantic
Florida Atlantic's
University.
a top 10.
They're
Come
fifth.
on. Come on.
Let me ask you, though, if somebody came to your school and said, you got a chance to go to Hartford, Connecticut and go to school, or you can come to Boca, hang out at Boca.
Stores, Connecticut.
Wherever, somewhere up there.
Yeah, that campus
Where would
is
you go
crazy.
if you were a decent
Stores
player?
is a great campus?
Oh, the FAU campus looks unbelievable.
I think you're talking about Stores.
But you're in Boca.
Oh.
Somebody said to me, "Look, I'm gonna get my TV time. If I'm good, somebody's gonna find me on TV, or the scouts are gonna find me. I'll go to the NBA if I'm that good. But why would you not want to go to Boca Raton? Just hang out there.
If you play at FAU, you're only going to be on TV in March.
Well, so what? If you're a good player, you think nobody knows who you are?
It's better to go to a Power 6 school.
UCLA would be a pretty good place. That's
Yeah.
a beautiful campus.
Miami. There's a bunch of places you can go in nice weather that you're going to...
UCLA is number 25 next year.
Oh, God.
Missouri, no respect. Not ranked.
Not till we get Caleb Love, baby.
Did you hear that?
I thought he might go to Indiana.
Yeah, they say it's between Indiana and Mizzou.
Yeah.
Colonel talked with his dad on Sunday.
Oh,
read that.
I see.
Said this decision's coming sooner than later. Boy, that would be great.
Doug, who do you have winning the West region in next year's tournament? Thanks. That's from Chester Drawers.
I would guess Arizona.
Arizona coming out of the West. They've had some problems early on in the tournament.
Who's their coach?
Oh, Lute Olson. He's been there for
Oh,
about
no, it's a
45
guy I've
years
never
now.
heard of.
It's not Simon, is it?
Is that Miller?
Miles Simon?
Miles
Mike
Simon.
Bibby.
Wasn't he there for a while?
Oh, I mean, as a player, wasn't
Tommy Lloyd.
I thought he went back there.
Tom Lloyd.
It was Sean Miller, and then, of course, Sean Miller got in trouble with the whole DeAndre Ayton thing. Sean Miller's at Xavier.
Where's Miles Simon?
Miles Simon.
He's got to be coaching somewhere.
When did he last coach Arizona?
I thought that's where he went, back to his alma mater. Maybe I'm wrong.
He is the coach of the South Bay Lakers in the G League.
Nice.
Nice moving up.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, that's where Quinn got his start. After college, he went to the minors.
Oh, we got a statement here. Boy, Doug, the news just keeps breaking. I feel like
Okay.
Walter Cronkite at this desk. We've always been inclusive here at the Sharkle House. During this morning's supper rush, anyone who can prove they're dating a married listener's wife will get an extra heaping pile of fish stick casserole on
Oh.
their tray to post on social media.
Oh, God.
Thanks, that's from Gunter. Riggs is a great follow, but I hate him and all his projects. But seriously, probably a great guy. My opinions are as flimsy as my little old man feminine cigarettes.
Oh,
That's a statement from the Sharkle House.
And there's a morning supper rush.
Fish stick.
Casserole.
Oh.
You get an extra scoop.
Even the olds aren't ready for supper at 8 in the morning. Maybe around 2, 3 in the afternoon, sure.
That's really sad. You guys make fun of maybe one of the best steakhouses in St. Louis.
Gunter, how do you respond?
You couldn't afford it, Gunter.
Oh.
No wonder you don't go there.
What'll a steak run you there?
It's pretty expensive.
Is it?
I think.
Where is the most expensive steak in St. Louis? You think it's Sharkle House?
No. I'm sure there's some restaurant that serves.
What's the place inside the Chase?
Wagyu.
Tenderloin Room.
That kind?
That's owned by Goldfinger.
Oh.
If there's a restaurant
It's
in St. Louis that
fantastic,
serves
too, by the
Wagyu
way.
beef, then that's the most expensive.
Probably Citizen Kane's 808
Chris,
Chop
is
House.
that
I was
expensive?
going to go with the 801 play.
Yeah.
That's where I was going to fire my bullet, but I don't know.
Chop House might be it.
But I like that Citizen Kane's.
Is that in the River City Casino? Chop House
in Clayton.
Isn't there an 1801 Chop House in the River City Casino?
So there's an 801 and there's an 1801. This is like John Amos and McDowell's in Coming to America.
You can get some. They got some like well-made noodles you can get at the River City Casino.
Oh, come on. There's a great restaurant inside the River City
Who
Casino.
goes to a steakhouse and says, I'll just have the noodles, please?
I don't think it's at the steakhouse.
But
the baccarat tables.
Nothing against George and Steve and George from Charcoal House. Good people. I just think this is a little overpriced. That's just me.
Wow, Sharkle House.
It's not shrapnel. It's
Really
just-
taking it.
It's
Really
just
taking it
I
hard.
think it's a little overpriced.
You put them on blast.
You don't
I don't
pay for the
blast.
steak, you pay for the ball.
How many times I promote that place? They're not even a sponsor.
They've had great promotion on this show.
But I'm just saying, I think it's a little overpriced.
What'll a steak cost you there?
I'm not going to give out prices. I think it's
$50 or so.
See, I'm getting a lot of texts confirming the 801 play.
Yeah, that's because it's.
And then people saying Annie Guns. I would guess 801 is more expensive than Annie Guns, Doug. What do you think?
I don't know. How about Tony's? Tony's is really
My sister-in-law
expensive.
works at Annie Guns.
How about that, though?
She got a real estate license, and she can't quit Annie Guns. She's worked there for so long, and she just loves it there. So she works a few nights a week just to stay up there. But
Doug, do you like wet-aged or do you like dry-aged?
I don't know much of the difference there.
The 30-ounce porterhouse at 801 Chop House is $140.
Oh, God.
30 ounces is insane.
That would
though.
feed the
Like,
family,
Is that the
wouldn't it?
Cattleman's Cut? Is that what John Candy put down in the Great Outdoors?
That's like 3
And that was
meals.
shot at 801 Chop House in Clayton, right?
that's not for two people.
The fillet, we'll do fillet to fillet.
Okay.
8-ounce fillet at 801 Chop House, $62.
Oh,
That's reasonable.
I'll just have the noodles, please.
You're gonna go noodles?
Yeah.
Patata, patata, patata,
Potato. Let's call the whole thing off.
Papa,
If food is that expensive, I don't enjoy it anymore. If it's ridiculously priced, I just don't enjoy it.
That's tough.
I don't. Maybe I'm cheap.
Yeah, I know people.
I know
like
I'm cheap, but if it's that expensive, it's like paying. The other day at Busch Stadium, they wanted $7 for a bottle of water. I couldn't do it.
Nice.
I said I'm not going to do it.
Was there any profit margin there?
$7. Came right out of the tap.
$6.80 a profit, I would guess.
Yeah.
6-ounce steak at Annie Guns is 46. 10 ounce is 66. So we had 8 ounce at 801 was 64, if memory serves. I'm getting so many texts that are blocking my computer. Let's see what I got.
I'm not even sure Charcoal House shows their prices.
They just say market.
Oh, if you have to ask. If it says market, boy, they're going to run it up.
I'm sure on the
If they
menu.
say our specials this evening, and then they read them up and don't tell you the price, that special is going to be very expensive.
On the menu it's on there, but I think probably on their website they probably don't have prices on there.
Some people are too polite to say, how much is the special?
Yeah, then you order it.
They don't
and
want to
it's
tell
like,
you, and then
oh.
you get the bill, and oh, my God.
I did that once at Charcoal House because I was embarrassed because I went with Tim. You probably remember Candace Walton. She used to be
That
at
guy,
590.
she used to work with
Was
us.
she
at
married?
KFNS.
No. And our friend Jenny, who also worked at KFNS.
Jenny.
Oh.
We went out for one of their birthdays, and I said, let's go to Charcoal House. I said, every Friday they used to have this fried lobster that I love.
Oh, Bill's Lobster.
So I called, and I said, you guys still do fried lobster on Fridays? She goes, yes, we do. I said, okay, we're coming in for lunch.
Nice.
Well, it didn't have a price next to it.
Oh, no.
But when my dad worked there, it was chunks of lobster, but it was deep fried with a nice breading, and it was delicious with a little butter. I ordered this thing came out. It was just a little lobster
was it?
tail with some like breadcrumbs on top.
Oh, no.
I guess they decided to try to fry it, but it wasn't
What
fried
happened?
lobster. So I said, "Is this the fried lobster or just the lobster?" That's our fried lobster. Okay. Well, the
How
bill
much?
came. It was $69 for this little 4-ounce.
God.
And I said, I'm not going to bitch about it because I'm in front of girls. I'm not going to act like I can't afford it. But I've never been so flabbergasted in my life.
Clip that off.
You
The filet
have
at the
got-
Capitol Grill, $52, 10-ounce there. Jakey, big mistake. He texted me and said he thought Capitol Grill's the place. So far, 801 is the winner.
As far as highest price.
I would think. I bet Tony's has a very expensive
Did you
steak,
look at
too.
Charcoal House?
I have not. Doug, I'll look at Charcoal House while
Okay, I'm going to look at Tony's because that's the most expensive place I've been in St. Louis.
Jackson, why don't you look at Muggsy while we look at this?
Okay, yeah.
No problem. I'll tell you all about Muggsy. You guys like 5-star reviews?
Sure.
Well, Muggsy's got 10,000 of them. 10,000 plus 5-star reviews. That means people, they recognize that these aren't just your average pant. This is a special, world-famous pant. It moves and grooves with you. Comfortable jeans, stretch chinos, shorts now that the weather's getting nice. I love wearing those Muggsy shorts on the golf course. They fit you just right. You get your choice of inseam. So if you like them a little shorter like me, or you like them a little longer, doesn't matter. They got both of them for you. They're both super comfortable and both super stylish. You head over to Muggsy.com, peruse their website, man. Anything you want. You want black jeans, white jeans, dark jeans, anything you want on top of the chinos, the joggers, the shorts, the swimwear, the jackets, the flannels, all of this available at Muggsy.com. I'm telling you, you're going to put your body in a pair of these pants and you're not going to want to come out. You're not going to want to come out. You're going to keep them on all day and all night. So head to Muggsy.com right now.
Do it.
Peruse the website, pick out a couple items that you like, throw them in your cart, use the promo code TMA at checkout. What that gets you is 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. Again, Muggsy.com, that promo code is TMA for 10% off your entire order. Experience life-changing comfort with Muggsy.
Oh,
How about that? Think about that.
Filet mignon at Tony's is $56.
What size, bro?
It doesn't say the size.
Okay.
It's a sirloin strip,
At
56.
Charcoal House, it says extra large filet. So I don't have the ounces, but it just says extra large. $46.95. So far, 801 is the winner. Comfortably, too.
And what could you get that same filet in the grocery store for?
6.
I want to go to Brush Creek Valley. It's a lot cheaper and better meat.
Well, that's true. Boy, you make a good point there.
Yeah. Guys, the filet, I didn't know they did this. The filet at Mobile on the Run is $30, but that price is only valid with a 15-gallon or more fill-up.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
They
need
got it
15
vacuum
gallons,
sealed and
That Kevin Miller eats it every day. Yeah, filet and sushi at 7-Eleven.
Would you eat a filet at 7-Eleven?
No. There's a lot of good steakhouses in St. Louis. A lot of good restaurants in St. Louis.
I think 801's 801 was my initial thought, and I'm going to say that I can't imagine that there's any place more expensive.
No,
But
the ones
part
you've
it's just
checked.
because of where it is. It's just kind of the game.
Yeah, the ones you've checked would have been the ones that would have been close, if not higher.
It's going to be most expensive in Clayton.
What's the other one? What's the other one right next to Brio, behind Brio?
Brick House?
Fleming?
Bricktops?
Fleming's.
Oh, Fleming's. Oh, that's to the south. Yeah.
That'd be pretty expensive.
That's a chain, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's still pretty expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
And a pretty good steak.
Have you had it?
Yeah, I've eaten there. And I've eaten in Morton's, too.
Have you?
That's pretty expensive, but then that's a chain as well.
Well, that's all right.
I ate at Morton's when I went up to do the Grey Goose 19th hole on Golf Channel.
The Grey Goose 19th hole.
We did the show for Morton's, and afterwards, me, Kelly Tillman, and Trip Eisenhower had dinner.
Ike's son?
No, the famous Trip Eisenhower family. Spelled with an I.
Doug, more famous than the presidential family.
Yeah, I think he beat Jay Williamson in a playoff on the Corn Ferry Tour once.
Eisenhower
It's called the
did.
Nike Tour.
It's correct. I like Ike. 2 terms.
He was a big golfer.
And Kelly Tillman?
It's correct.
Kelly Tillman.
Who is this
She
Kelly
does-
Tillman?
She still does some stuff on the Golf Channel.
Does she?
I don't see her. I'm watching that thing the whole day. I was locked in
Yeah,
yesterday.
she does special things like when NBC has something too. She does that.
Maybe she just goes
now
when
they
they
use
have dinner.
they use all these girls with English accents. I guess I think that's cool. Like they know more about golf because they have an English accent.
Yeah.
Guys, Golden Corral serves all-you-can-eat sirloin. The Fats of South Lindbergh like to do this little SoCo Hoosier delicacy of cutting the steak into little bits and dipping them in the chocolate fountain.
Oh.
Carlos Spicy Weeder.
Oh. Forget the chocolate.
Miserable.
I haven't been to Golden Corral, but I've threatened to go there a couple times.
You threaten, you use it as leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Tim saying Charcoal House measures their steaks, quote, extra large, is maybe the most embarrassing thing to happen to Iggy in a long time. I am so sorry. Steak coming in McDonald's sizes at Charcoal House. I guess the ball pit thing really is true. That's from Mr. Links.
Obviously, you've never eaten there.
No. I haven't, but I'd like to.
You can go ahead and trash it all you want. It's a great steak. It's a great atmosphere. It's old school. Tablecloths, candles on the table. Same decor that's been there since my dad was there. Really, nothing's changed. Food is great. I don't know what an extra large is. Is it 8 ounce, 10 ounce?
I don't know. Did your dad like working there?
I love working there.
Guys, I live in Dallas, and I sure do miss St. Louis prices. That's from Oink Oink the Boy Pig.
Now, what did that mean? Like it's cheaper in Dallas? Can't be.
It's cheap here. Annie Gunn's 10-ounce filet is $66. That's from the Vic Tanny aerobics instructor. The 801 Chop House filet at 8 ounces is $64. So therefore, Doug, we can say that they are pricing each ounce at...
I didn't pay close enough attention to do the math.
$8.
Okay.
So therefore, the 10-ounce steak would be...
$80.
Yes! See? Try to tell us we're dumb.
Right.
We're smart, not
That's
like
right.
people say.
Right. I just can't order an $80 entree. I can't do it.
What if you ball so hard?
If I balled harder than I do now, maybe. But it just doesn't make any sense. It'd be irresponsible.
Well, you get sides with it.
To spend $80 for just one piece of meat, I can't.
What they really bang is that bottle of wine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh.
the glass
Bang,
of wine
bang.
is way worse.
The gerbil.
No, I don't have any
Gerbil will be eating good.
$300 meals. I don't. That's a week's worth.
Yeah, try to avoid that.
Wait, what about, Doug, like, for your, 12th Emmy? You go out and
Yeah, what about that?
Nope.
good steak.
Never. I don't enjoy it if it's stupidly expensive. I just don't.
Even looking at your Emmy?
Some of those are broken.
What about, a crisp $9 chicken breast?
Yes, please. Well, crisp, I don't like crisp.
No, like a little...
Juicy is better.
Like
Juicy.
a little crispy.
No, I don't like crispy.
Boiled food.
That sounds all right.
Good morning. Somebody wants to make a statement. I drove by that Golden Corral yesterday at 4 p.m. and it was parking lot was full. I would like to say I am embarrassed for all of South County. That's from Big Saggers.
Nothing like going to a buffet. Just really packing it on.
You see some professional eaters in there, man. You'll go 3-4 times back up to the buffet.
Couple plates of chicken Alfredo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
White cream sauce.
Anytime your steak has a cream sauce, you know it's...
No, it's fantastic.
What's the girth sitch? Thanks, Brian Henshin. He's the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month for the month of March.
We had a couple of very large people that worked at Channel 4 years ago. I mean, really large. And they discovered a all-you-can-eat smorgasbord on the east side for lunch. And they were starting to go there like every day. Ate them right out of business. The place had to shut down.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen. You bring a couple of them to the table.
Pollock, didn't you say when you worked at Pizza Hut there was a buffet and a family would always take the whole tray?
Yeah, they get there an hour and they'd take the whole tray of white pasta. There was one on Wednesday
Take it
night
home
and
with
then
them?
Sunday morning, 10:30 after church. So you had the church crowd on Sunday, but Wednesday night was popping, man. Yeah, people get there an hour and a half early, and right when the white pasta should just
Put it all on her
her
plate.
Yep.
And ate every bit of it.
Yeah, dude,
How
just
big a gal was this?
A bunch of fats, man,
Oh.
just everywhere. But yeah, we made good money.
Still made money with people eating that way?
Oh yeah. Yeah, P Hut don't play.
P Hut don't play.
We have a request for the Plowhawk. Can we play the regular Masters song at some point in the return?
Yes.
The Hanselman version is great, but I miss Doug trying to sing along to the original.
Mhm.
Doug, the Dogwins and Pines will be soaked in precipitation over the next 6 days.
Yeah.
The forecast at Augusta National. Oh, my, how do you do? Here is what we have for you.
in Augusta, Georgia. And it's really just a shame, Peter. You're right. It's going to be cloudy and warm on Thursday, so it looks like no rain, but I have a feling we might have a rain out on Friday.
Oh, no.
I was planning on just sailing in and watching Masties starting at about 11:15.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look good. Rain, 80% chance on Friday. High of 69. On Saturday, though, it'll be 53 degrees for the high with a 94% chance of rain.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
And then on Sunsbin, 64 degrees, 58% chance of rain. And the Hawk will be up at 15 miles an hour. You're going to have to really decide how you want to play this Munganast Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown.
No, I don't.
I mean, it was
blindly picked a
85
name.
there yesterday.
Maybe they just push it back a week.
Of course, it was 85 here today, and it's going to be like 50-something Saturdays.
Well, it's a shame because a lot of people, if they only watch one golf event of the year, this is it.
Yeah, you hate to see crappy weather like that for Augusta.
It's usually perfect there this time of year.
It really is. Rarely have they run into this, but this is going to be something else. I don't know what they do. Because not only would I at this moment bet that it's decided on Monday, if both Friday and Saturday are washouts, I mean, what are you doing? You're playing 36 holes and then deciding a cut on Sunday? Holy crap.
Well, they'll try to play 36.
It's going to be anarchy.
Split tees, which I think they've only done once or twice in Augusta.
Doug, split tees.
Split tees. I wish I remembered what the guy sounded like who was announcing the golfers on the first tee.
4, please. Darren Atkins now driving.
Oh,
There we go.
Okay.
I think they've gotten away from the old guys. It's kind of the younger members now.
No, I want an old guy out there belting it out.
I'm here, bitches. It's nice. I don't know what that means.
I guess is it Augusta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, blessed.
So you didn't like that?
Well, you don't have to call us bitches because you're there. I mean,
Well, but that's what he did, and it hurt.
the idiot that spent $2,000 to go when they only cost $100.
Guys, what about the sads and pours on the fan page celebrating the weather being bad at Augusta? That is from the 60s.
Why?
Why would you celebrate
be
that?
happy?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to see the...
Because somebody was going to have a good time there, not them, and they were jealous of it, and now they're not going to have a good time, and so they're happy about that.
And my niece said, "You coming over for Easter?" I said, "As long as I can watch the Masters."
You laid down the law on her. She invited you over for a nice little Easter celebration. You said, no, only if I
I
can
said,
watch.
"As long as the Masters is on, I'll come over."
And what did she say?
She said, "What channel?" I said, "CBS." We're good.
Well, what if the Masters isn't on? You just
what are you going to do?
blow off the family?
What do you mean if it's not on? She just said it'll be on.
But if one of the children wanted to watch something else.
Go in the other room.
Oh, gosh.
I'm in Austin where there are real restaurants. It's nice. That's from Mr. Licks.
Okay, Lex.
Are you in Austin today?
I don't know. I just read what's in the teleprompter.
Man, traveling solar panel salesman.
That's what he's doing. He's selling solar panels in Austin, Texas.
Good money in that.
Yeah, probably pretty good business to be in right about now.
Yeah, especially when your dad hands you the business.
Oh.
And the company credit card.
Hey, guys, where's the best place to get a burger in Augusta? That's from the total package.
I didn't know if they have burgers. I just got a pimento cheese sandwich for $1.50.
Larry Nickel might know. He's with us right now, fresh off of WrestleMania. Good morning, Larry.
Hello, Nixie.
Hey, guys, what's up?
No, not
How you
much.
guys doing?
We're doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Well, Charlotte Flair, what a match and what real emotion on Saturday evening. Something to see. And Doug, that was a moment, wasn't it?
Well, I have no idea what the moment would have been, but it sounds like it was a heck of a moment, Larry. What was it?
Charlotte Flair lost her SmackDown Women's Championship to Rhea Ripley.
Okay. What'd you think about that? Is that good or bad?
Well, if I was Rhea Ripley, good. If I was Charlotte Flair, bad.
But you're Larry Nickel, and what do you think of it?
I was going to say if I was either one of those people.
Right.
Okay. I got that. I'm just thinking, you personally, do you like that or not? You upset with the writers?
Doug?
No.
We have this discussion almost every time you say that.
I know.
What writers?
I just want you to know what's really going on there.
Was it in the script that Shane McMahon blows his knee out while on the mat last night, Larry, or did that happen
There
accidentally?
was no script, and that was real.
His knee folded up like a tent.
Didn't?
Oh, it was bad.
They really had to carry him out?
Real.
Well, you
Yeah,
never know
no,
what's
he-
real
he
and
didn't-
what is real and what isn't.
And this stormy combatant just kept pacing around the ring, not knowing what to do.
Is that right?
Yeah,
this
and,
really
then,
happened?
and then Snoop Dogg came out and punched him. It was wild.
And pinned him.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg pinned him. Nice win for Snoop.
Yeah. Okay, what was the big headline
Well,
event
I mean, what
that
about
came
this
out of
UFC
WrestleMania?
acquisition, Doug?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, but I guess these guys know how to make
Well,
money, for sure.
Well, the main event of both nights, well, actually, Saturday night was the Undisputed Tag Title match between the Usos, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are the new Undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions.
Okay, that was the big moment.
For Saturday night, yes.
Okay.
Sick.
For Sunday night, it was Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Solo Sikoa got kicked out of ringside,
Yeah.
but Paul Heyman distracted the referee to the point where Solo Sikoa came out in a black hoodie, gave Cody Rhodes the Samoan spike,
Uh-huh.
and helped Roman Reigns retain his undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
Okay. What makes these WrestleMania matches so much different than every other match? Why is this so much more popular than everything else they do?
Because it's on the grandest stage of them all, Doug.
Okay.
Hey, you got any question?
Yeah. That's nice. Learned something today.
The grandest stage of them all is prepared for you, Larry, here in the Michelob Ultra Studios. The Munganest, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour at 8:26. The top 5 countries in the world.
Thank you, Tim, for asking. Number 5 will be Australia. Number 4 will be Mexico. Number 3 will be Brazil. Number 2, Canada. Number 1, United States of America.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That's a nice win. That's a nice W. Larry, God bless you, and God bless these United States.
Yeah, God bless America.
Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, sponsor of the 7 o'clock hour, still underway. And you can go online at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com, and you can go shopping. I wonder if they would give out like a secret number to our audience to let them text them.
They have that.
Call, what?
314-252-0029.
Sweet mother of mercy.
Straight
you can
to the
text or
Muckety
call
Mucks.
and go right to the Muckety Mucks. Unbelievable. It's Munganast, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. And a huge daily fantasy sports showdown coming tomorrow. Doug, this is it. This is the first major of the year. You can't win the Grand Slam if you don't win the Masters.
I wouldn't think so. No.
Tim got a little peek at my initial roster last night.
How excited for him.
I gave Iggy some ownership percentage information. We were surprised.
Yeah.
Candidly.
I thought I had all chalk.
I'm surprised by who's projected to be the highest owned player. Doug, you want to take a guess at who it is? I'll give you 30 guesses you wouldn't guess.
Scotty Scheffler.
No.
No. Can I have initials, please?
S-J-I.
Song John Kim.
Sung J M.
The
That's
head
correct.
of North
Dick,
Korea.
you got it.
Okay.
That's correct.
He pops up there every time he plays.
Oh, does he?
Well, he's a high ceiling guy.
Yeah, he's usually in the top
So
20.
if you want to win, you got to go with high ceiling guys.
Yeah. That's why when I look
You want to play with yourself, go with the guy to make the cut. It's up to you. If you want to play with yourself, I'll be there. I'll watch. I'm happy.
I'm going for the million for the kids.
Yeah. With kids?
For the kids.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all the reason I do it. It's for the children.
But I looked at, we were talking about Corey Connors. Not only did he win last week.
We were not talking about Corey Connors.
Well, Tim and I were.
When?
He's finished in the top 10 the last 3 years at Augusta. I think he's got a 6, an 8, and a 10 the last 3 years. So I figure if people do the research, they're going to say, God, the guy's on a hot streak, and he's finished top 10 3 years in a row. I figure he's got to be 28% owned.
Good morning. Regarding projected ownership percentage, where is that data sourced from? I assume that rosters built on the websites are private, so I'm curious what these percentages are based off of. Think about it. That's from Deke Dotem. Deke Dotem's a sharp, like super sharp. Might be the most intelligent married couple in the TMA universe.
I don't know.
We rank the most intelligent married couples in the
Not him. He's not smart enough to keep it clean. He's vile. That's not real. Doesn't take a lot of intelligence to do that.
Their projections. So they are not based on having the information. That's what when I was texting with Iggy last night. I said these are projections. They can move. For example, if Thursday and Friday were to show that the weather, wind in particular, not necessarily rain, but wind was going to be worse for one set of tee times, then the ownership for the people who know how to play would shift to the less windy tee time. But I think the way that they project it is a system of who is getting the most attention on the podcasts that are most listened to and the websites that write the columns on who to pick and who to play and which people on social media who have a big following are hyping up as their plays. And it's by no means an exact science, but more often than not, certain sites have better reputations, and you pay for it because it's a huge part of building a roster is ownership percentages. So, Doug, if you were to pick Hideki Matsuyama and he has 8% ownership, and he finishes tied for second, and if Iggy were to pick Corey Connors, and he's owned by 25% of the field, and he finishes tied for second, Hideki Matsuyama, assuming they're relatively the same price point, would be the better play. Why? Because he is owned by a significantly less percentage of the ownership field, of the rosters, I should say. Okay. So that's the logic on it. So you're not necessarily worried about picking the best golfers. Well, you can. And with the way they price the Masters, it's priced to get the casual player in. So the pricing is softer. And by that it means it's not necessarily difficult to get 6 recognizable names in there. And that is done by design because this is their biggest weekend of the year in golf. So players like Corey Connors are in the mid 7,000s, and then Tiger's 7,300.
Yeah, even Fleetwood is, I think, is 7,800.
Yeah, he's one of the top 10 most owned. At least as of right now, it all changes. Hey Tim, I'm curious your thoughts on the impact the designated events will have on the majors. Is it one of the best parts of the majors that they are the 4 times that the world's best all play together? If that happens another 15 times a year, aren't the majors devalued? It's from Dingle My Berries. Well, it won't be 15 times, but all of this is done in reaction to LIV. So I don't think that this is necessarily done for integrity of competition. It's designed to keep the top players from going to LIV. So whether I like it or not, it was the PGA Tour's fearful response to losing more top players, whether they want to say that or not.
Yeah, and you only have 1 World Golf Championship this year compared to 4, so you're taking 3 of those out of there.
That's going away. Yeah. You're talking about Austin, right?
Yeah, you're taking 3 of those away.
But how great, at least for those, for people who have, I know a lot of St. Louisans vacation, and whether it be 30A or Hilton Head, that Harbor Town is going to be a designated event. I'm surprised by that, too. I'm thrilled because that's where I've been going since I was a kid and played that course. But, my God, they have the designated event the weekend right after the Masters. That's surprising. They used to get a crappy field there.
I think that's what they're trying to do over the next 3 or 4 years is give every tournament a chance to be a designated event because John Deere, some of these tournaments, like we got crap fields every year. Why do you want to keep sponsoring?
They said that initially, and now it seems like they're backing off of that. I feel like what they're trying to do is make the guys play 2 weeks in a row, and then they get 3 weeks off. Yeah. That's what I think they're doing. That's what I think it's about. It's whatever the top players want.
Yeah,
because they're worried about losing. And the top players, all due respect, don't want to go to the Quad Cities in July or August. It's just not what they're going to do. Hilton Head's like, okay, we play right after the Masters. It's a 2-hour drive. Our families can be there. It's easy. It's a course they like. So,
and the whole point of that, I'm sorry, Tim, but the whole point of that was that when all the 4 major, Augusta and PGA of America, the British, they all said, we want the best players here, so we're standing by top 50 in the world. If blah, blah, blah. If you qualified, you can play whether you went to LIV or not. That's what the PGA Tour is afraid of because now you can go over to LIV and, get paid $100 million and make $4 million, and you still get to play the majors. So I think that's why all these rules are changing, all these tournaments are changing, the prize is changing because now they can play the majors if they want.
Think about that. You know what I'm thinking about, Doug? Green envy, because I'm looking out at my lawn and I'm going, how in the hell? It's April 4th, Jack, and my lawn is as lush as a thicket of shrubs.
Well, Green Envy will do that to you.
They're doing it for both of us.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they've been out to my house already. You know what? They use products formulated just for our area, for our specific soil and weather conditions and turf types. They don't use the national generic, cheap, ineffective products. They know what works right here, and they'll come and do it. If you sign up, they'll do 6-7 times a year. They'll come and put that fertilizer down exactly when they need to be doing it and exactly what sets up right for our soil. Their service pros are commercially licensed applicators certified by the Missouri Department of Agriculture that ensures you have a trained professional working on your property. And all those employees are screened, background checks performed annually. These people know what they're doing, Tim. They know exactly what they're doing. Your neighbors are going to be green with NB.
They have to be pleased with the lawn looking like it does this early in the year. They're open 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And they'll take your calls, answer your questions. People have asked Doug and I where we get our lawns that we've been raving about. Well, here you go. Green Envy treated them this March for both of us. 636-757-1600. 636-757-1600. Green Envy, a new sponsor here on TMA. Send in your emails for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. We are giving away tickets to KISS October 25th at Enterprise for the winner of today's Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email day. The tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. And we also have a TMA app contest where you can win tickets to KISS, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Legends KISS, to the End of the Road Tour, October 25th at Enterprise Center, on sale Friday, April 7th at 10 a.m. Plus another TMA app contest. Win a $50 gift card to Brush Creek Valley Farms. That is all out there for you as well. And want some dogs merch? TMASTLshop.com. TMASTLshop.com. We'll take a commercial break, come back with our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour at about 8:40. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Want a $50 gift card to Brush Creek Valley Farms? Just go to the TMA app or TMASTL.com and enter the mobile contest to get you some meat. And if you want to buy some meat, use the discount code TMA10 for 10% off box orders or TMA5 for 5% off bulk orders. Get the best locally sourced meats out of Cuba, Missouri at BrushCreekValley.com and go win a gift card to buy some meats at TMASTL.com. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan of TMA, and I am thrilled to have new clients on board Longo Biggs Injury Law. CD Longo and Doug Biggs. And Doug, the thing I want our audience to know is that you guys are local and you guys are different. Tell our audience how you're different.
Yeah, Tim, both CD and I are from St. Louis area, born and raised in the South City area or the South County area, and we are also thrilled to be part of the TMA family now. If anyone signs up with us for an injury case, their case is treated like they are family. We get to know you, we get to know the ins and outs of your case, and make sure we represent you like you are part of our family. We're not like one of the large firms in the area who might take your case and just treat you like another number or another file. You'll get our personal attention. It's either CD and I who will handle your case directly. And if you are injured in an accident, please remember us. You can visit us at longobiggs.com, and that's Biggs with 2 G's.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
If you are a commercial property manager, property owner, small business owner, or are involved in operations, listen up. Engineer Design Facilities has become the #1 commercial fire alarm service provider in the market. EDF's goal is to not increase your operating budget, but rather decrease it, and at the same time service your business's commercial fire alarm needs with the most experienced and competent technicians this region has to offer. Make sure your building is up to code. Email fire@edf-rg.com to schedule your systems evaluation today. That's fire@edf-rg.com.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open. Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. Have you been thinking about buying a home, but you're sitting on the sidelines because you think the process is just going to be too complicated and maybe you'll get stuck in a bidding war? Not when you're working with me. We can start with a phone call and I can get you pre-approved the day you call in. I'll get you a lower rate, and with our 10-day closing guarantee, you'll be in the home of your dreams by the end of the month. So if you've been sitting on the fence, it's time to move. Get pre-approved for your next home loan today at thehomeloanexpert.com. NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular Carne con Cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
You wanted the best? Well, you got the best. The hottest band in the world.
Kiss. The End of the Road World Tour. October 25th, Enterprise Center. Kiss. Countdown. The final 50 shows. On sale Friday, April 7th, 10 a.m. at livenation.com. History will be made.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you or fake you or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
I spent 4 years in San Francisco.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Perspective right here, I think.
Is Little Angels?
Sure is, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, from Imperial, Missouri, home of the best sushi in the world, Joshua.
Is this where he's from?
Yep.
Way to hit the post there, Tim.
Yep. I kind of feel like I've been flashing my HD1 around here a little bit.
I've noticed.
By doing things like hitting the post?
That's right. That's right. And doing a hour and 40-minute segment. It's a great story about love.
Did this ever get any play on the radio station?
Played on K-Rock, but just didn't take.
Ahead of its time.
He looks like he's 30, and also he looks like he's 50. He has a weird look.
Ooh, I just went to the fan pin and saw Paige Sporadic. I gotta tell you something, and I want everybody to hear this clearly, and especially with Joshua under it, kind of like Jim Nance signing off.
Well, if they want
I don't know what it is about her. And Doug, I'm happy to do a deep dive on it. Maybe it'd be better suited for Balloon Party.
Okay.
But there's plenty of lasses who, you know, fill up my Instagram and TikTok. But for some reason, I sense a personality trait about Paige Sporadic. Is it sporadic? Is it sporanic?
I don't know.
I always say sporadic.
That's what I say too, but Iggy threw me off in the 7 o'clock hour.
I wonder where I say go the opposite.
All right. Sporadic. That she kind of gets the whole game and doesn't take herself too seriously, even though I don't know how I'm picking that up. Whereas the other hashtag influencers don't get the kind of the joke.
Yeah.
I think she does now. When I first saw her, I kind of thought she was somebody that thought she was an LPGA player.
And you didn't like that?
No, I said, she's not. She's not on. She's never been on the LPGA tour.
Did that bother you?
No.
You know,
What
why
bothers me is-
why don't you just say what you are? You have a nice body and you show your breast a lot. That's why you got all this attention. And now she kind of just plays up to that. So she knows what she's popular for. So
I do see people that want to be influencers, girls, who are constantly revealing pictures of themselves in bikinis or whatever, and then complaining about the attention they're getting in their DMs.
Well, the worst.
You didn't see that coming?
The worst are the people that, like, go to a public gym, set up a camera, and then get mad about guys wanting to, like, help them or... The worst.
What do you get out of that other than attention? Are they trying to get sponsors? Are they trying to get sponsors or something?
Well, Jackson, what is your opinion? I mean, you are in the age range, the demographic, to be able to speak with authority.
So your question is, why is Paige Spiranac popular?
No, not just her. No, I get the big national people. I mean, the local people that are trying to become influencers.
Well, because it's nice living if you can do it.
Yeah,
you work on your own time.
Do they actually make any money doing that?
Absolutely. There's thousands of people out there who make money by simply posting on Instagram, TikTok, and that's where the list ends.
Okay, but how many of those people reside in the St. Louis metropolitan area?
Of like percentage of America that does influencing, I would say under 1%. Most live in LA, New York, or Florida.
But yet there is a higher than 1% volume of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean.
So then Doug's question is, if they are not generating any material dollars, why do it?
Because there's a chance that you will acquire. Like if you have one video catches heat, then another video catches heat, and now you have the algorithm in your favor. You post a couple more things, you start getting 6 digits in the views. A couple companies start calling you. Before you know it, you've made yourself a decent little living.
Can you name someone in St. Louis that makes money doing that?
No.
I was just curious why you said 1%.
I just thought it
was 1%. Somebody just sent in a naked picture of an influencer, but I don't know who the influencer is. Jackson, do you recognize her? That was Dimitri Sokolatu.
Got it. No.
I'm sure I follow her.
No, she's got blonde hair, unbelievable body.
Kind of looks like the girl who came out in whipped cream. Here he slides over for the first time in years. There you go. Put whipped cream all over her body in 1999's Varsity Blues with that delightful James Vanderbeek.
Oh.
Is her name Allie something? Allie Larder, perhaps?
Ellie Sheedy?
Allie McGraw?
Tug McGraw.
No, there is an Ellie Lauder. I remember her.
Oh, wow. Not so fast, folks. There was a St. Louis influencer boot camp last night.
Oh.
The best of humanity were there, I'm sure. There was really an influencer boot camp?
God, that sounds horrible.
Why didn't we send somebody?
How many people were there?
The only thing you can, like, influence is, like, influence people to, like, live in another area.
Doug, he's down on Woodford. Now he's down on our hometown.
I love
This
St.
is my
Louis.
hometown, Bruce
Stop it.
Springsteen.
I love St. Louis.
I'm also surprised that these huge corporations would look at somebody with, 50, 60,000 followers or something and say, wow, they wore a particular pair of tennis shoes. Yeah, we'll throw a lot of money at them. I mean, aren't there tens of thousands of people trying to do this around the country?
Yeah, it just depends who you are. I mean, you may think you're popular and you're an influencer. There's somebody I know that used to be an intern, and I won't give her name, but she's living in Texas now.
What are her
I think she's
initials?
living in Houston.
Initials?
And if you go to her bio on Instagram, it says social media influencer, and she's got like 6,000 followers.
6,000?
You're not an influencer. You got 6,000 followers.
What does it take? How many to become
And
an
then
influencer?
she'll post a video, a day in the life of an influencer. And she's got a camera set up doing all that stuff. You're not an influencer.
How many followers must you have to
make serious
money? At least 500,000.
I'd take the under on that. I'd say at least 6 figures. You need at least 100,000 followers to like make a living, I would say.
To make a
What do you, when you say living, what do you think? And if you're just totally shooting from the hip, then don't worry about it. I'm just curious.
40 or 50,000?
Yeah, in there, maybe a little bit more.
To make a living?
Maybe a little bit less.
Well, 40, 50,000.
I don't know exactly, so I'm not going to like be declarative in the statement. But yeah, I'd say in that ballpark. And then the more followers you get, the more companies will reach out to you and maybe make more. I mean, the top people make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like Charlie D'Amelio, who's like one of the most followed TikToker, made like $10 million.
Why don't we become influencers?
Want to do that real quick?
We're too
Well, you can
old.
try.
We
Everybody
could
else
do dance
is.
videos. Sure we
You got
could.
people that said, "Here I am at the Country Music Awards." No, you're a seat filler. You're not working for anybody.
I'm not hating on anybody's hustle. Like I think
Clip that off.
Like I think that if you have a goal and a plan, then God bless.
I respect almost any entrepreneur because it takes wolves, Doug. It takes wolves to take a shot, give up a guaranteed paycheck, and have a dream of whatever it is that is going to fulfill you. And so you're not at the behest of either a manager or an owner who may not necessarily know what they're doing and have a personal agenda, or a corporation and some other department or some other market doesn't perform, and then you are a cut. So I understand that, and I respect it, and it just takes balls even if it doesn't work out. But what separates an entrepreneur and a goal for actually making dollars versus somebody who just wants attention on social media. I ain't got love for the second one, okay? I ain't got love. Now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I care for it or not, but I think more often this is a venture with absolutely no destination or goal outside of just give me my attention and my likes. And then at some point you realize, oh crap, I'm 30 and now I got to figure out a way to make money, and I'm going to bitch about the fact that people don't give me my likes and I haven't any dollars.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's what I question.
I'm just, again, surprised that there's so many companies willing to throw out big dollars to unknown people just to wear their tennis shoes or
Well, obviously they're not
gym clothes or
obviously
whatever.
they're not unknown if they got 500,000 followers. That's all they care about is they see the followers and they say, well, if they mention something, they've got all these followers, it can't be bad for a company if they're promoting it for us.
And if you're trying to reach a younger demographic, it's a much easier way to pick out, okay, I know they have 500,000 followers. I know a decent percentage of that is going to be younger people, and that's who we're trying to market to. Then it's a perfect symbiotic relationship.
Don't say symbiotic.
That's exactly what it is.
Now, what I don't get, and unless they know better than me, but like Lana Rhodes, I'll just use her for an example because she has
back on Lana.
she has a lot of followers. She has a lot of followers, but like a swimsuit company sponsors her. Oh, guys, the special this week is this new lime green swimsuit. You got 99.9% of your followers are guys. What good is promoting a swimsuit for them?
What should she promote?
I don't know, but I'm saying, why would a company say we want you to promote our new swimsuit, our new bikini? But most of your followers are guys. They're not buying bikinis.
Guys have girlfriends.
Who says they aren't?
Well, that would be my question.
They wouldn't do it unless it had some return on investment.
I guess.
Well, sometimes companies do make mistakes.
Yeah. But if it's like a long-time sponsor, like if you have a bikini sponsor for a year and a half, clearly there's something going right.
They must, yeah. Yeah, I don't really understand it, but I know it's a thing.
But she's got a million.
I degrade
followers,
myself
so-
for money.
Well, I don't think she degrades herself. I mean, she's wearing the swimsuit, but I just don't get how, if you got all guy followers, hey guys, this is a new thing for rubbing your breast. It's a new cream I got. Well, why would a guy buy that?
Guys, I parlayed Learn, Lady Gaga, and Lana, and I just hit. Thanks, that's from the Vox Smasher one show. It was a one-show parlay.
Good for you. That must have been a pretty high price because I don't think I've ever gotten all three in one day.
Well, you get one of the three almost every day.
Well, pretty much. Well, Learn, yeah.
Have you seen her lately?
I haven't seen Learn in a while.
Oh.
Talked to her, but I haven't seen her.
Well, where have you talking to? You calling her?
We did call one day, chat. And she was
How are the sports? Are they great?
Usually text. Right. I mean, when she comes in here and fills in on the Riz show, I never see her. So when she starts her gig on the 17th, there's a chance, even though she's in here the same time every day, never see her.
That was my point earlier. I don't see the other people doing the morning shows. I'm doing
Why don't you
this
walk in there and introduce yourself?
I mean, every once in a while I'll see King Scott or Moon. I don't think Riz ever leaves the studio. They got a coffee pot in there. They don't have to leave. Of course, he's got 9 live spots to do every break, but I don't think he ever leaves the studio. Okay.
Okay.
Answering the question.
You know, it happens.
Our landlord hosted influencers once as a marketing ploy. It ended quickly when they were taking pictures on top of tables and the bar and the pool table. It was hilarious to watch. That's from Steve, and he's in Wild.
I bet that would be something to see influencers try to out-influence each other. Oh, look at this picture.
Oh, an influencer.
I want to know about the influencer boot camp. And why wasn't this show covering?
Was that a real thing?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have gone and had somebody cover it.
It was like a little, what do they call it, networking event.
I would have liked to see who was there, who thinks they're influencers.
Uh-oh, sounds like you're ready.
You're hating on people's hustle.
We're not hustling.
No, I'm going back to what Tim said. You're either trying to hustle, or you're just trying to act like you're cool. Look at me. Somebody please like me.
I absolutely respect hustle.
Yeah, hustle's fine, but if you're just
I love hustle.
like we talked about the second
Surround me
time.
with hustle. I can't get enough. I love it. Attention whoring, I want nothing to do with it, and I will pay money to keep away from it.
Going to like influencer boot camp, it reminds me of a Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, Jerry and Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey talked about like being invited to like a UCLA campus or like people that were up and coming in comedy, and they wanted him to come talk, and he did. And the first thing he said is, "Every one of you in here will never be a comedian." You want to know why? You're here right now. If you have to learn how to do it, you're just not. You're never going to be able to do it.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Just like companies that sell bikini T-shirts, bikini companies prey on simps who may be in the market for some clothing for a quote-unquote friend at work. That's from Arbor Day.
What happened? What happened to that, too, by the way? I know you took it off.
It's gone.
I know you took it off.
It was becoming award for Sound Story interviews.
Sound Story, but
it was. It's in the Horton Watkins studio back here.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
That thing costs like $40.
Some of the seniors.
You can have it. You can have it back. It's all
I might as well try to sell it since
know
Carly
how
didn't
much
want it, even though she asked me for it.
What was the wrong color?
Of what? Skin tone or
Yeah.
the? It was. Yeah, it was like green.
It's kind of green, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the seniors would come in for their Sound Story interview and said, "Whoops, I think I'm in the wrong place."
We decided to be
this is it.
proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but.
Good morning. The only thing someone from St. Louis could influence is 7XL sweatpants and making Old Country Buffet great again. That's from Roger Sweetwood.
7XL. How big a gentleman would you have to be to wear 7XL?
7? You probably have to be like 6'8".
Guys, what do you categorize a high school student in Miami who buys Instagram followers from the Middle East, flashes cash and bottles of malt liquor, yet sells keyboards on Craigslist that have been encrusted with his DNA? Thanks, it's from Deke Dotum.
Oh. That's Kai, right? That's what he's describing.
Is SGO Kai an influencer?
He thinks he is. That's what's sad about it. I mean, he does have a lot of followers, but I think he bought them and they're all bots.
What does it cost to buy followers?
I don't know, but he's...
The purchasing of followers. I would like to do a study on the purchasing of followers. And the moment that one decides to hit submit on the payment for the purchasing of followers.
Now, are they real followers or they're all just bots?
Bot Festival, Bot Farm.
Yeah.
That's probably step one in the boot camp.
Probably. Yeah.
Well, you knew that every time because
Buy
Kai
a
would...
bunch.
When Kai would go live on Instagram, and then he'd just bring people on. You know how you can bring people on? He'd bring me on to talk for a while. But he'd just go to random people and bring them on. It was always from, somewhere in the Middle East. And
they usually flash their weens.
Yeah, one guy.
Really? I just stopped watching them.
He got one
every
guy,
time he brings someone on, it just
he brought one guy live, and he's laying on his couch just stroking himself.
Why would he do that?
He doesn't know him. He just brings them on randomly, and that's
Why would he do
almost
that?
every
Why
one of
would he
his
bring them
followers.
on? Why would he bring on random people?
There's a lot of questions you could ask about SGOK.
Because he does that. A lot of people do that. They just bring on a
Yeah,
random
that's
person.
the reason, Doug.
So he's got some kind of show?
No, he just
where
goes
guys
live.
pop in with their erections.
I went live the other day for some reason. Oh, I was
You
showing.
were on there.
I went live. I went Instagram live to show people it was sunny and not a breath of wind outside.
See, influencer.
Yeah, I was an influencer.
Now, why would you think that
38
people needed
watching.
to see that?
38 people watching. But now it's like every time you go on his Instagram, it's just watch for sale, pool table for sale, couch for sale. He's like selling everything.
Is this stuff that's been stolen?
No, I don't know what he's doing, but he says, "Hey, big party tonight in Miami. Hop in if you want to go. $200 a pop."
Oh, nice.
And he's just selling tickets to nightclubs, selling yachts.
How can he sell tickets to someone else's nightclub?
I don't know what he's doing. I really don't. But
It'd be a good deal if you can get it.
He moved out of the big house. Now he's in like some little apartment.
Guys,
somewhere.
I would argue that KG in O-Town is a St. Louis influencer. It's a Mudjack bike.
Close, yeah.
And a nice employee here.
Close.
Yeah, I would say so.
Do we have any big-time influencers in St. Louis?
I asked that question. Nobody can answer.
Well, they had at this boot camp yesterday. They had the STL Influencer of the Year.
Oh, who was that? Was that Brian Henson? He just won Milagro Tequila.
Well,
St.
he's
Louis
in
influencer.
Indianapolis.
Is that the St. Louis Magazine one?
Our Riverfront Times. Braden Tawaldi.
Yeah, it's a scam.
What do
And
they
then
do?
there was Finnegan Stewart. He's an influencer musician.
I'm familiar with any of these people.
Man, I really hate to be the parents and be like,
Oh, it's tonight. It's not.
Oh, we can cover it.
Oh,
It's tonight.
Iggy,
6
would
to
you be
7:30.
interested in covering the boot camp tonight?
or just attending it to become an influencer your own
Now what
self.
time I'm playing golf with Cletus, so what time is it?
6 to 7:30.
What are you playing today?
I'm playing Normandy at 12. Yeah, I don't know if I can make it.
Oh no!
It starts at 6. Yeah.
What, do I need a credential to get in there?
It's free to attend.
I'm covering this for.
Free to attend.
Would you mind
Free.
talking to me? What's your name?
Take your phone, get some video of
Are
it.
you an influencer, or are you just trying to say dig me?
Get some pictures. It'd probably be a fun thing to do. Get some pictures
Why
of
don't
some
you
of the
go?
influencers. Yeah, going to the Cardinal game.
Oh.
Journalism. You kidding me?
No, it's at.
You covering it tonight?
No, just going to watch it. But I'll bring some journalistic thoughts back to the show tomorrow.
Yeah, we watch the game. I'll look at the box score.
KG in O-Town has just issued a statement. No influencer here, purely for the love of the game. It's KG in O-Town.
Okay. Okay.
As sad as some of these influencers are, they could cook some fish with double-digit followers. Steve Wildwood.
No, well, that's probably true.
Hey, guys, if we're revisiting SGO credit card debt and his Facebook Lives with some dong out of Riyadh, can we also revisit that one time you morons had a girl who was staying in Kai's rented mansion on this program? But I'm pretty sure she couldn't even name what city she was in or where she took a red pill the previous evening. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Yeah, we woke her up. I
That
mean,
was
she
his
in
girlfriend,
bed.
SGO Julia.
see, I missed that.
Yeah, you were on a furlough.
Now he's got a new one, Sassy Pants.
Her name is Sassy Pants.
Sassy Pants.
I think she needs to join us.
She's got a big butt.
Oh.
Cute, though. They seem to be in love.
The total package says that's my nephew.
Sassy Pants?
No, probably one of
Well,
the
that would be a
influencers.
niece.
How do you know so much about these teenagers in Miami?
He's like 25, 26. He's not a teenager.
Sassy Pants, how old Sassy Pants?
She'd get off my jock.
KG No10 says, I will go to the influencer boot camp if Plowsy comes to be my co-influencer.
Oh,
How
how
about
about that, Plowsy?
Where is it at?
Jackson, where is the influencer boot camp?
Sure, it's at Brennan's Work and Leisure. It's right next to Pappy's Smokehouse.
Ooh, give me some Pappy's ribs. How do you do?
Brandy's working leisure.
Is that down by St.
Brennan's.
Louis U? Is that where Pappy's is?
In that kind of area, it's off Olive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right by Madison's work.
What's working leisure?
Brennan's Work and Leisure.
I know, but what does work and leisure mean?
Sometimes
that
you
off
work,
again.
sometimes you're leisure.
If you work effectively, you increase your leisure time. Doug, there's a direct correlation. Look at the x-axis, and then what do we call the y-axis?
Right.
Looks to
Hard
be
work, productive hard work, and then leisure time. There, look at it. Look at it.
So it's all in one
45
building?
degree. Yep, that's where it's all going on.
All in one building. Go to Brennan's. You can work, and then you can hang out and just be leisure time.
It's kind of like here.
Yeah, but this isn't Hubbard Work and Leisure.
Well, we work a little, and then we stroll the hallways and talk to people we don't know.
I just don't get the name.
Okay, well, don't let that throw you.
I'm not going anyway. I don't care. I'm just
No,
curious.
Plowsy and KG are going.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, have fun.
I think you'd have a good time at
I doubt Plowsy's
Good
going.
time.
It'd probably be a funny thing to see.
Then you go, Doug.
Oh, I'm busy.
Yeah, give Plowsy your Cardinal tickets. Why don't you go?
Oh,
I'd rather go to the influencer, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah, well, Mass is going tonight. It'll be a good game.
Well, listen up, St. Louis. You can go to the Influencer Boot Camp, or you can go to the Kawasaki Good Times Demo Tour, which is coming to Big St. Charles Motorsports Friday, April 14th, and Saturday, April 15th. The Good Times Demo Tour is bringing its semi with over a dozen different demo models for you to test ride. Find out which Kawasaki is right for you. In addition to the factory incentives, every demo rider is eligible for Kawa Cash, which could save you up to $500 to ride. You must be 18 years of age, have proof of a valid motorcycle endorsement, and pass a breathalyzer. Be sure to bring your riding gear, helmets, glasses, jacket, pant, gloves, closed-toed shoes, and for full event details, check out Big St. Charles Motorsports Facebook page. Don't miss out on this free event. It is free. Mark your calendars, and we'll see you April 14th and April 15th. Contact dealer for details. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet and eye protection. On incentives and rebates, model and year exclusions apply, subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchases of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Offer valid for a limited time only. Kawasaki Motors Corp. USA does not offer or extend credit and does not review or make any determination of the credit worthiness or other qualifications of any applicant for credit. It is Big St. Charles Motorsports. And check out lowtusa.com and Mentality. Are you tired all the time? You feel like you're moody, anxious. These are symptoms of low testosterone. So get checked with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Mentality is a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. It doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. And even if you've tried testosterone before, not everyone understands the blood chemistry in men's bodies. Well, Mentality can help. Check them out at lowtusa.com. Compete at work and sports like you did years ago with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Appliance Discounter, sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour. If you're in the market for an appliance, look no further than Appliance Discounters and their 80,000 square foot warehouse full of GE appliances and other major brands ready for delivery. Shop online at theappliancediscounters.com, where pricing has been adjusted to beat the competition. All right, we will take a commercial break, come back with our 9 o'clock hour and the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Doug Vaughn here alongside Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. Ryan, inflation very high. Interest rates are high. It's a tough market out there, and yet you're finding a way to help people pay off some of those high-interest credit cards.
Absolutely. You know, one of our most popular loan programs is a cash-out refinance, and that's where you're able to tap into your equity and pull that cash out to help get caught up on bills, pay off debts, credit cards, make home improvements, whatever you like. Let me give you a good example. Let's say that right now your house would appraise for $400,000, and you owe $300,000. That means you have $100,000 in equity right now. And with that cash out refinance, we go in and replace your current loan with a new loan, and we pull that equity and give it to you at closing. In fact, our average client last year received over $54,000 at closing with a simple cash out refi. How much can you get? What would you do with that money? Would it change your life? Well, let's find out now. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
TMA knows how much our Walrus audience loves their meats. That's why we have teamed up with a local company that delivers high-quality, great-tasting meats straight to your door. Brush Creek Valley Farms is a direct-to-consumer family farm that raises, processes, and delivers beef and pork nationwide at a cost-friendly price. Go to brushcreekvalley.com to choose between building your own box or browsing their various curated box options such as the TMA box, which contains 5 pounds of ground beef, 2 ham steaks, 2 sirloins, 8 bratwurst, and 2 pork chops. And don't forget to apply TMA 10 at checkout for 10% off all orders. That's TMA 10 for 10% off. Brush Creek Valley Farms meats are delivered straight from Cuba, Missouri, and never contain any added hormones or antibiotics to ensure their customers receive the highest quality cuts of beef and pork. So this grilling season, make sure you're choosing the best beef and pork from BrushCreekValley.com. Brush Creek Valley Farms, high-quality meats for a low-brow audience.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently Probably it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan of TMA, and we are thrilled to have another new sponsor on board the show. A couple of guys I have gotten to know. Longo Biggs Injury Law, Doug Biggs and C.D. Longo here with me. And C.D., one of the things that I want our audience to know is this. When people get injured in an accident, they don't necessarily know what to do, and that's where you guys come into play.
Yeah. Tim, it can be a very confusing process. If you get hurt in a car accident or injured some other way, people do not know what to do. They don't even know how to start a claim. We're going to take the hassle out of your hands and make the entire process very easy. Injury cases are potentially worth a lot of money. We're going to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. We're very excited to be part of the TMA family. We're hoping to have a lot of fun with this. If you or a loved one do get injured, please remember us at Longo Biggs Injury Law. You can visit our website at longobiggs.com, and that is Biggs with 2 G's.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hey, St. Louis, Eddie McVeigh here from Maggie O'Brien's. When you head downtown for a concert or Cards or Blues game, and now for the St. Louis City soccer game, please come see us at Maggie O'Brien's before and after your event. Take our shuttle to and from, or stay in-house and watch your favorite team on our multiple high-def TVs. We look forward to seeing you soon at one of our 2 locations in Sunset Hills on South Lindbergh or downtown at the corner of Market and 20th Street. Union Station is next to us.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan with Doug Vaughn to tell you about a new TMA sponsor, and that sponsor is Green Envy, a locally owned and operated company that can take great care of your lawn this spring. They've been in business, Doug, in St. Louis for over a decade.
Well, they know the conditions that exist here in Missouri. It's hard to have a perfect lawn in Missouri. It gets really cold, it gets really hot, it gets really wet, and really dry. If you don't have people that know what the conditions are like in Missouri, you're going to have trouble. But Green Envy, these people have got it figured out, I tell you.
Yeah, they really do. They treated my lawn earlier this month, and they can do the exact same thing for you. And Green Envy is a company that both Doug and I are using to make sure that our lawns look absolutely spectacular this coming spring and summer. You can work with Green Envy as well. 636-757-1600. That's 636-757-1600. Green Envy.
Listen up, St. Louis. The Kawasaki Good Times Demo Tour is coming to Big St. Charles Motorsports Friday, April 14th and Saturday, April 15th. The Good Times Demo Tour is bringing its semi with over a dozen different demo models for you to test ride. Find out which Kawasaki is right for you. In addition to the factory incentives, every demo rider is eligible for Cali Cash, which can save you up to $500. To ride, you must be 18 years of age, have proof of a valid motorcycle endorsement, and pass a breathalyzer. Be sure to bring your riding gear: helmets, glasses, jacket, pants, gloves, closed-toe shoes. For full event details, check out the Big St. Charles Motorsports Facebook page. Don't miss out on this free event. Mark your calendars and we'll see you April 14th and 15th.
Contact your dealer for details. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet and eye protection. On incentives and rebates, model and year exclusions apply. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchases of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Offer for a limited time only. Kawasaki Motors Corp. USA does not offer or extend credit and does not review or make any determination of the credit worthiness or other qualifications for any applicant for credit.
Test, 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 test. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame legends Kiss to the End of the Road tour. Yep, another farewell tour. October 25th at Enterprise Center. Tickets on sale Friday, April 7th at 10 a.m. Want to win tickets? Register on your TMA mobile app or at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
I mean, what the hell is going on?
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT-FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Well, it's springtime in the valley on Magnolia Lane. It's the Augusta National and the Masters game. Who wear that green coat on Sunday afternoon? Who walked that 18th fairway singing this tune? August, your dogwoods take pines. They play on my mind like a song.
It's Watson, Barrett, Nelson, Barrett, Blair, Sneed, and it's Amen Corner, and it's Hogan's Way. It's Sarah Sands, Double Eagle at the 15th. In 35,
Remember that.
Spirit of Clifford Irvin, Clifford Roberts, that keeps it alive.
Is anyone there for that?
Augusta, your dogwoods and pines, they play on my head like a song. Augusta, it's you that I love. It's you that I miss when I'm gone. It's the legions of his army and the golden bears, something wooden shafted legend of Bobby Jones. Whew, that is powerful. Goosebump time.
Doug, a week from today, the Masters will be completed.
That's about right. They came out with that song, as I understood, they played it 1 year and they got such backlash on it.
Oh, is that right?
That's
Really?
enough. Yeah. No, let's just go with the music.
I didn't know that.
That's.
Oh,
I
that's a
think
good
that I
fun
remember
fact.
reading that. People said, "Come on, you've got to be kidding me."
I love Gary Player said, if it wasn't for this event, it's just some golf course in Georgia. He said that like a few times.
Yeah, I seen he's gotten kind of bitter here the last week.
Very.
So
He
I guess-
always scolds people for the way they eat and not working out. He could spend a lot of time here.
Yeah, he'd do
Oh,
well
he'd
here.
hate me, dude.
I think he'd still drop and give you a couple hundred push-ups.
He could. He'll scold you. He will scold you.
You imagine him walking the 400 level of Bush.
I
God.
was walking into the Giants, San Francisco Giants clubhouse back when J.T. Snow played for the Giants. And Jack Snow, one of my all-time favorites. Doug, a man's man is what I call the Snowman.
Yeah.
And he used to love to bust my balls. And he was walking out because he had just visited his son, who was the first baseman for the Giants. And he just absolutely punched me right in the gut,
Oh,
just
he
for the
did?
hell of it.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You're 27 years old and you're soft. Hit me right now. Feel how strong I am." I'm not gonna hit Jack Snow in the stomach in the
No.
San Francisco Giants locker room.
There's no upside.
Don't think there is.
No.
I interviewed Gary Player once when we were talking about fitness.
Did he berate you?
No, he berated Jay Senior though. Somehow we got him Jay Senior.
Jay Senior got hit.
It was a senior event, and when Jay was doing it, and somehow he was in the ocean with one of those old time bathing suits on, like the one piece for the man.
Nice.
Oh, gosh.
It was striped like the Three Stooges, and he started talking about that. He goes, "Oh, I saw Jay in that swimsuit. I had to talk to him." He says, "I went out to dinner with him last night. I reached over to get some bread. He started buttering my hand."
Oh. Well, Gary Player's got it right. The rest of us are wrong. He's right. The rest of us are wrong.
Yeah, but would you want to be that fit and that angry at everybody else who isn't? I mean,
I think some of it's tongue-in-cheek stuff.
I don't think I would.
I don't. I
Yeah,
listen to his interviews, and it is a little, hey, God bless him for being healthy. I just don't know if, scolding people for not, especially when you're visiting the United States. But I guess he just doesn't really give a damn.
No.
But yeah, what is he? Is he 90?
He is.
That'd be close.
Any guesses?
I'll
90?
throw 88 out.
I was going to say 88 too, so I'll say 87.
84.
I'll say 89.
Doug Von Collect. The cigar, he's 87.
Yeah.
Ship it.
He's 5'6", 150 pounds.
Yeah, I remember interviewing him at Bell Reeve and going, "Oh wow, I'm taller than this guy." So, no.
He was always very nice when I was around him. A few times I interviewed him a couple times. I think last time was when they did that course in Sunset Hills.
Tapawingo?
Tapawingo, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He had
that
a
was
hand
it.
in
Gary
designing
Player
that.
did.
Yeah.
He would always come on Fairways and Greens. I think his office is in Lauderdale or somewhere in Florida, South Florida. When he's in town in Florida at his office, he'll usually come on if we ask him.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
5'6". That's not very
It's like
big.
Flavio.
Who's taller, Ian Woosnam or Gary Player?
I think Woosnam's like 5'5", isn't he?
Woozy.
I don't know. Freddie Patek was 5'4". Royal shortstop.
Woosnam 5'4". So players got him.
Tom Traven, not happy. He's a glove blogger, but he's not a happy glove blogger. Oh, yay, the Gary Player swimsuit story again with the butter on the hand. Thanks again, Ken. That's glove blogger.
It was a nice story.
It took 15 seconds to tell, and there's probably some people that hadn't heard it. So sorry, Tom. Let's go back to doing a blog about gloves.
Oh, no! Doug, he almost MF'd him.
Blister him.
I had the dump button ready. Although some of these people need.
I'm pretty good about catching myself these days.
Tom Traven, Arbor Day, Little Tommy Trivens. Who's the fourth who can just cut you just out on? You're just like you get shanked.
Harrison Bader's brother.
Yeah, Master Bader's pretty good too.
At what?
Complaining.
Yeah. We got 5-star locks on that.
Yeah. Well, if we all had the routine that Gary Player had, boy, we would be better off. That's for sure.
Who's that?
Was it ice? Ice in the
You got the ice in there.
No, I'm out of water, so I tipped it over, and there's no water in this ice.
Sounds like you're not happy about it. You'll be
Well, it
happier
just
if you
made
get a
noise.
green in your backyard, though, with celebrity greens.
God,
That's
that
what
would be
you need
so
to do.
great. Every time I look in my backyard now, I think, gee, I wish I had a green
Oh,
back
my
there.
God.
Chip.
I am
Why don't you
telling
buy one?
Celebrity greens,
Yeah,
Doug,
I
at
should.
Clubhouse Turf. That's what you can do. Yeah, that is what John Rahm and Max Homa have done. And now people in St. Louis are doing as well, and they're doing it by visiting clubhouseturf.com or calling 314-834-2339. What you can do, well, you can build a green or an area for chipping, bunker shots. You can do it all. You can replicate a hole like the 12th at Augusta or the 2nd at Belle Reve. Clubhouse Turf can create your own backyard golf experience that your family and friends will enjoy for years to come. Call Clubhouse Turf, St. Louis's exclusive partner of Celebrity Greens, Golf Digest, best in golf, and start improving your game today. You can hit it a long way all day long, but inevitably you're not going to get 18 out of 18 greens and regulation. So you got to get up and down, and you got to make some putts. And the only way to do that is to practice. Visit clubhouseturf.com or call 314-834-2339. Tell them that I sent you. TMA, Tim McKernan, clubhouseturf.com, 314-834-2339. Coming up in 24 minutes, you will be participating in the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today and having a chance to win tickets to KISS October 25th at Enterprise Center. Tickets are on sale Friday at 10 a.m. You can also win them via the TMA STL app and also the Brush Creek Valley Farms app contest on the TMA STL app. Let's see. Doug, you do not have a sound story today.
No, I do
That is
not.
rare. But John Hewlett and Randy Character have one today. They are starting to fill up, and that's what happens with Mother's Day and Father's Day. Get yours. You can get the gift certificate at mysoundstory.com. Doug can do the interview. I can do the interview. Jackson can do the interview. Riz can do the interview. Learn can do the interview. Moon can do the interview. John Hewlett, Courtney Landrum, Randy Character. All available at mysoundstory.com. Mother's Day, Father's Day. One of the things that me and my brothers and sister did a couple of years ago was we came in and told our stories of our childhood and our gratitude for our parents. We gave that to them for Christmas. It is a perfect gift to give, whether it be getting the gift certificate at mysoundstory.com or scheduling it and presenting it on Mother's Day or Father's Day. It is the perfect gift, and you can be done shopping for Mother's Day or Father's Day in a matter of seconds at mysoundstory.com. You come into the Hubbard Radio Studios, or you can do it via Zoom, mysoundstory.com. And you should probably think about
You
it.
had your brothers and your sister all here together talking about it at the same time? I bet that was fun.
That was what we gave my parents a couple of years ago, and they loved it. Well, the
I
way
bet
that it
they
works
did,
is that, people usually wind up saying the nicest things when people are gone.
Mhm.
So we wanted to make sure we said it so they heard it. And so I did that with another family, people who are active on the show. They came in, but then a couple of them were in St. Louis, a couple were on Zoom. So I really like that idea, and I think it's a great, it's like the perfect Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So there you go, mysoundstory.com, and while you're there, you should think about
That's
it.
quite a stable.
What's that?
Of people you have doing it.
Yeah.
Great stable.
Heck of a stable.
Nice stable, Bill.
You got a nice barn off, Tim.
Yeah, you got a barn off region. Doug, did you see the Padres and Diamondbacks game?
I did not.
Well, here is how it ended. We've got both calls. We have the Padres call. We have the Diamondbacks call.
Okay.
And take a listen.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
Missouri is.
That's the wrong lever.
Candlelight to celebrate. This one is gone.
Different emotion.
I like that.
I enjoyed that call a lot. Doug, can you tell which one was the Padres announcer and which
It sounded like the Padres was the first one.
That's
since
correct.
They won.
That is correct.
And the Diamondbacks would have been the second one.
And that was it.
That's pretty much how you're supposed to sound when you're just lost.
I agree.
In the air, left field, and gone.
Yeah, like that.
Way
Yeah,
it works too.
I would. I'd be like that. There's the pitch. It's a loss. See you tomorrow night.
There's points in the season where baseball announcers do sound like that. After like the 8th loss in a row, like a blown save, like the Pirates guy would just be like, "You gotta be kidding me."
Harry Carey used to get really frustrated at the Cardinals at times, way back when. And Mike Shannon, I do miss Mike Shannon.
Big Irish.
I miss Big Irish in the booth. I do.
There's a pop-up on the infield, foul territory. Shannon going, and it drops. He's, come on, Maxie, take those kind.
Yeah.
Harry Carey used to get pissed at the Cubs, too. And then Arnie Harris, the director, would find beautiful women in the stands. He would comment on that. Chip Carey getting a lot of praise. This is not very, at least not what I would have expected.
No, me
not
neither,
because
yeah.
Chip Carey's broadcasting, just because it's a change. And but I guess it's getting a lot of
people like him.
Good reviews. Last night, I guess, was his first night working with Edmonds. It had been Brad Thompson for the Blue Jays series. Edmonds last night.
I would say he has a similar style to Dan McLaughlin. They're personable. They get excited at the right moments. They never miss a big moment.
He's been doing it since the 90s.
Yeah, he's very good. Very good. Very professional. I don't know why we would have expected anything different. It's just that you hope a guy is well received when he becomes a new broadcaster.
Right.
It's not an easy role to step into. Unless you're as good and as polished as he is. I think they hit a home run with that hire. That's about the best they could have done.
Yeah, they did do a great job with that. And it's awesome that people are, welcoming him.
Yeah.
Not to say that people are going to be mean to him, but that people are enjoying the call of the game.
I'm still kind of happy and confused as to why he would come here. I mean, in Atlanta, he was with a great team. It's more of a thriving area. He's been there a long time. That probably feels as much like home as St.
Yeah,
Louis.
I don't know. I know he would never talk about it publicly, and I haven't gotten a chance to meet him. Claves was trying to get a dinner together down in Jupetown, and it didn't happen. You're shaking your head. Why is that?
It's just Claves is like involved with everything.
He truly is. I mean, it's
just having dinner. I'll take care of it.
It's the best. A Mike Claiborne conversation podcast at spring training would be the greatest podcast in St. Louis. It is unbelievable. First off, he's with Joe Namath and Michael Jordan and Ahmad Rashad at all times, it seems like. But he just can tell these stories. I'm telling you, Claiborne, Jennings, Kelly Chase, Mike Shannon, Mount Rushmore of St. Louis storytellers, without question. And so he'll call. Usually I'm a text and then call guy. Claves is just, I'm going to call. And so I happen to be driving along and could take the call. And he goes, what are you up to? I'm just driving along, picking up food for the family, man. We're living two different lives, trust me. I got chicken wings in the car, and I'm heading home, and I'll be in bed by 9. What do you got going on? He goes, yeah, me, Katie Wu and Chip are going to dinner. And I go, who's Chip? Because I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
You know who I thought of? Chip Walter from the Missouri Tigers in the mid-90s.
Pretty good shooter.
John Burroughs guy.
Burroughs, yeah.
Chip Douglas.
Chip Douglas?
Oh, yeah.
It was Chip Douglas.
He was on My Three Sons, Chipper.
Didn't
Chipper,
cross my
Ernie,
mind.
Bobby, Chip
But at the same time, I didn't think of Chip Carey, which was very odd. And he says, Chip Carey. And I'm sure he was like, what the hell's the deal with this guy? But I would have loved to. So my point on the Clave story is I would have asked that question had we gotten together in sincerity, because I would imagine I could see the Cardinal job paying more, even though Atlanta's a bigger market and growing market. But I think the St. Louis baseball job and the prestige, and maybe he would feel like, and who knows with the contract situation, maybe his contract was up at the end of like 24 or something, and he's going, okay, I can sign a 5-year deal in St. Louis and have some stability, and I'll be in my 60s, and, it's my grandfather's team, and there's some intangible there.
Yeah. And you never know what goes on behind the scenes in a personnel situation, whether somebody he didn't enjoy working with, or
Chris Chambliss.
Probably Chris Chambliss, yeah, or somebody here that he really wanted to work with. You never know. Never know what goes on behind the scenes. But I'm glad he made the move. I don't think they could have recovered from the Dan McLaughlin situation any better than they did.
The Breakfast Club says Chip Carey is absolutely fantastic. It's from the Breakfast Club. Not the Breakfast Club, but the Breakfast Club.
And he's 58, I think, or something?
56, I thought. That means he's 57.
Yeah.
Jackson, how old is Chip Carey? I guess we'll be confident that he's 57 because Doug said 58, I said 56.
58.
Oh, Doug, you shipped it.
Yeah, so he might have 10 more years where he wants to do this.
Sure.
Some of those guys, broadcasters, you got to pull them out of the booth. They never leave.
Well, why
I
would
guess
you?
it's such a fun job and it pays so well. Work 9-10 months a year. I mean, it's hard. I'm sure during the season it's a real grind. But there's been a lot of these guys that work till they're, 80s. Ben Scully,
Yeah,
I think,
Vince
was
Scully,
in his 90s.
Right. Ernie Harwell.
Yeah. Jack Buck
would have been doing it forever
Yeah,
if he didn't get
his health.
ill. Tim, he probably got sick of the Atlanta traffic. Got some saucy Jack. The way they set up that new ballpark now, it's at the north end. So if you live, and it was called SunTrust, I don't know what it is now, that you could live out there, which I understand is the population center.
Mm-hmm. At least for the baseball crowd.
And be in a spot where you wouldn't have to deal with the Atlanta traffic, which is L.A.-like.
Oh, it's a mess there.
Yeah.
Right by the stadium is a mess.
Oh, the new stadium? You're talking
Yeah,
about where
the traffic there,
Turner
where the
Field.
new stadium is.
Oh, is that right?
Disaster,
Really?
Yeah. So, but if you live close, it's.
Are you talking about driving through or when you're there?
Yeah, when you're driving through, you can see the stadium there, and you're almost
Yeah, you
always
can
just
see it
stuck
up
in
on
traffic
the,
going
like on
nowhere.
the hill on the right. But I thought that you're not to down. You're still a long way away from downtown.
Yeah.
Nobody moves halfway across the country for another job because of traffic, right? Especially that Prestige. I'm sure they have a driver service and all sorts of that. I'd be surprised if that was one of the main reasons was traffic. They're not saying Atlanta doesn't have it because, outside of L.A., that's it. That is like traffic hub, but hard pressed to be like, yeah, I love this job. It takes me 10 minutes to get here. It's like, who says that?
Yeah. Well,
it is a perk, but
yeah, quality of life issue, I guess. I don't have much patience to sit in traffic. I know that. Some of that's.
Can I ask a question? I've been meaning to ask this, and I wanted to ask the guy who runs St. Louis Starter Packs, who I think is the most brilliant person in St. Louis. Now, that person, of course, is Jackson, but we have to act like it's not.
Oh.
Because I feel like he would know. I feel like he knows everything in St. Louis, what's going on. What the hell's going on Manchester Road?
It might be the worst stretch of cement in the Union.
I thought they were expanding. And I don't know when it gets down to it. Honestly, I don't care, but when it gets down to it. But I was briefed that they're not expanding the road.
No.
They're building sidewalks.
You're talking about along Brentwood and that area?
Brentwood.
Like in between
Glendale, Kirkwood. I don't know if it's in Des Peres or not.
You don't suppose they're putting 5G under the ground, are they?
I understand.
Because they ripped up our neighborhood
sidewalks.
doing that.
Is there a place where a lot of people are walking these days?
I'm like, this isn't Lower Manhattan.
Yeah,
Well, fix the potholes first. Jeez Louise.
Luckily, since we've moved to Hubbard, I so rarely take Manchester for anything, and I moved away from that area, so I almost never take it. But when we were there, it was just every day they're fixing some. There's steel plates everywhere, bumping up and down.
Yeah.
There's and traffic, people turning left and waiting for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a thing. But that's just part of the deal, and it is what we got. But I was like, okay, they've been working on this for months, and fine, whatever. It's part of the deal. Nobody likes when there's construction, but it's part of the improvement and the infrastructure and so on. But for sidewalks,
yeah,
I could see a bike trail even, not sidewalks.
So that's why I wanted to make sure that what I had been told was correct. So I was going to reach out to St. Louis Starter Packs because I believe he is omnipotent and the most talented.
Chip Carey probably didn't know this when he agreed to move to St. Louis.
You think he'll go back to the Braves tonight?
Yeah. He runs into that Manchester mess.
Yeah, there's so many fast food places up there there should be a medium where you can turn. If you got to wait, somebody's turning left, and oh my God, I'm in the wrong lane. I got to wait.
The McDonald's shut down in that area.
Oh yeah, so did that STL Wing Co. right across.
Rest in peace.
Oh, wow. Warson Woods Wacko. I didn't know this. Now, this shows. This is why I'm glad I asked. Tim, Manchester is torn up because Warson Woods is building a wall around the city limits.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Could be.
Yeah, they keep them licks out.
I take Hampton every day, and Hampton's not much better.
I've been taking Hampton since I was a tyke.
Oh,
most people don't realize Manchester and Olive are state highways. MoDOT maintains them. Look, here's a little fun fact.
Yeah, so is Lindbergh, too, right?
That would make
Yeah,
sense.
67?
67, I think, yeah.
61, 67.
I think I read once that Manchester was the busiest road in Missouri.
That wouldn't surprise me. That would make sense.
Especially you get west of 270. It's really clogged up.
I love the different lane closures at Lindbergh and Manchester every morning. I think at this point they're just effing with people. Some painter guy.
What I like is it says road work ahead, slow. There's nobody working. No. Take the sign down. You haven't been working for months.
The fact is they are putting 6-foot sidewalks on both sides of Manchester, but no turning lanes is truly insanity. So that's what it is?
If that's the case, that's bad.
I mean, it is. I've noticed that they're building sidewalks, but they have been tearing out on either side. Manchester, for the most part, I believe, runs east-west. Certain points, certainly northwest, southwest, whatever. But for the most part, and then, so therefore, to the north of the road and to the south of the road, and I'm going, wow, they're expanding this. Aggressive, but tip of the cap. And I don't know if how it worked on who owns the property. I guess the state or the county or whatever the hell. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. That's why I'm asking. I want to make this clear. I'm a pervert. You want to know who Abigail Mack recently shot with? I can tell you. Other than that, I got nothing. But then when somebody said, no, they're building sidewalks, and I go, there's no way that's what it is.
I always.
But now I'm being told that it actually is real, and I still don't believe it.
No, I thought they were just running high-speed 5G lines through there. I guess that's not it.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy area to cross.
Would you do that under concrete, though? Because if something happens, you got to dig up the concrete to get to the lines?
I don't know where they would put it.
Usually under grass or ground where you can just...
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see that being, honey, what are you doing tonight? Let's take a walk down Manchester. Okay.
Let's be 2 feet away from cars going 40 miles an hour.
Look at these new sidewalks. Let's take a walk right
where
by
are you
Blimpies.
walking to? Taco Bell?
Yeah, that Huck's where you would drop ass, right?
Yeah, I love that Huck's, but hell,
Huck's.
I ain't walking anywhere, man.
You'd walk.
Doug, you and the family ever gone for a walk on Manchester?
No,
It's a Huck's.
haven't.
Get some combos.
Imagine hitting the Huck's and then walking all the way to Charcoal House.
Yeah.
I have to cross that damn road. I used to have to cross Berlin Boulevard to get to O.B. Clark's. Take my life in my hands every time I did it.
Well, the corner of Barry and Manchester, like, almost has little mini swimming pools in the road.
Careful, that's close to Charcoal House right there.
Like, I'm not kidding. I've never seen a tax bracket in that area have such terrible, terrible roads. St. Louis City is better.
Taking away all the guys that are making money by parking cars, whether they got valet or not. Valet or car.
I think producer Jones took a shot out of absolutely nowhere.
No, we walked. We don't need to park. We walked. From where? Barry Road.
Hey, you shoe sole. You don't like the fact there isn't a turn lane on Manchester? Why don't you just stay the hell away? That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
That's what I've done. I can't remember the last time I drove on Manchester.
Stop your turning.
Who's a shoe sole? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Doug, maybe they're expanding the sidewalks for the golf cart families. That's from Cotsy.
Well, that would be good.
God.
Yeah.
That's
Pull right here, honey. Let's go into 7-Eleven for a sandwich and pull our cart up here.
That's become a look at me thing now.
They are creating green space Park Lake area on the south side of Manchester and doing a lot of elevation grade changes. They're also creating a tunnel that will walk under Manchester Road to get to the park green space. That is my knowledge on it.
The park green space.
Well, buckle up,
prompter.
That's like another 10 years of work there.
DePere Park? Isn't DePere Park right there off Manchester in 270?
It is, but I haven't seen this necessarily by DePere Park.
There's
this is
Brentwood
more
Park, which is a little bit
Kirkwood, Glendale, Rock Hill, Brentwood.
Not even a. Yeah, I guess Brentwood's a decent park now.
Tillis Park, but that's on Letzinger.
Yeah, you don't need to build sidewalks on Manchester to get to that.
A tunnel.
They are expanding the sidewalks to accommodate the increased foot traffic to Charcoal House's new skee ball arcade.
Now that makes sense to me. Now it's starting to make sense.
More good restaurants should put skee ball in. I love skee ball, and I would be more inclined to go to an expensive restaurant if they had skee ball.
You would.
And I'm glad they're not
Johnson
adding
table or two. You're ready.
Dude,
Wait a minute.
Where
Where do I turn in these tickets?
Clyde Frazier's restaurant.
Free fillet for you.
Clyde Frazier's restaurant in New York City had a basketball court where you could shoot free throws, and it was a great restaurant, and I loved it. It was the coolest thing ever.
A lot of people stop and take selfies with the 590 Hummer, and it was causing traffic problems, so they added sidewalks for walk-up service.
I think that.
It's in the waffle fries.
I don't think it's there anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
We never got to ride in that Hummer, did we?
Well, it wasn't drivable.
Oh.
I think the engine was missing. Or the window.
They are creating a greenway on the south side of Manchester, west of Hanley. All right, Greenway.
Greenway.
Like the metro station there?
What is a greenway?
That's like a...
Mike Greenwell was with the Red Sox in '86.
Pretty good hitter.
88?
Yeah, outfielder, yeah.
There's that greenway by River de Pere, isn't there? That long stretch where you can just walk out onto River de Pere.
Who's begging for this? Why are there money being spent to this? People in that area sit in their homes.
No, what happens is
some alderman made a
I can
passionate
speak of
plea.
one person in that
Right,
area who
right.
sits in their home. I can't speak for everybody else.
I feel like most people just sit around.
what happens if you don't spend that money, you don't get it the next year. So even if they don't need anything, they have to spend that money that is put aside for road work, or they don't get that the next year.
That's probably a bad system.
This is why we need Iggy running for mayor.
Yeah. He's got the Iggy for mayor hat on right now.
Yeah.
It's the only one to match the sweatshirt.
I mean, it's a crazy government system where if you don't spend the money, even if it's on something stupid, you don't get it back. Well, just don't spend the money, send it back to the government, and we'll wait till we have something important to spend it on. How about that?
Yeah, so we're going to build some sidewalks in Manchester because it's a hotbed of older people taking walks at night.
They're creating a hyperloop for all the traffic going out toward Maryland Heights ever since the surge in online bobblehead sales on Facebook Marketplace. That's from KG and O-Town.
I didn't realize that.
I mean, you're just really embarrassing yourself.
He's not embarrassing himself. That was just a little humor.
You thought it was funny?
Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible.
Oh, it's getting old.
Certainly not enough to embarrass yourself.
I still don't get the tunnel.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean,
Tunnel's
I
12,000.
think someone was making that up, too.
Should they create a hyperloop for inside of St. Louis?
I mean, if you take 270,
Jones Dome
if you take 270 to Manchester, you can't even get off of Manchester anymore. If you go east, yeah, you go down a road where there's a Trader Joe's on the left, and then you got to go another winding road to get back on Manchester. You didn't even go straight to Manchester.
That's if you went west.
Yeah, west. Like if I'm going to Mugginass from 270.
Right. Yeah, you have to hit the one
You
way.
would think, just make a right. There's Manchester. No, you got to go down this road before you can get to Manchester.
The green space will be in Brentwood. Brand new park between Hanley and Brentwood, between Deer Creek and Manchester, directly across Manchester from where the old leather helmet lived in Brentwood.
Oh, across from Lewis Road?
That's a floodplain there by Deer Creek.
It's probably what they were trying to clean up.
Like by the Arby's?
Park and
When it rains, that Deer,
Nobody ever uses Arby's.
that Deer Creek floods very easily.
The lights were always on and no one was ever there.
Oh, that's across from where
I wanted to get a milkshake there one time, so I pulled up and I sat there with the lights were blaring and no one answered, and I drove around. There was just like a guy sitting in there.
I was starving, I don't know, a few nights ago and didn't have anything. I'm just like, crap, I got to eat because if I eat late, it messes up my sleep. So anyway, where am I going to go? So I go to the Lion's Choice in De Pere, which I feel like used to be thriving, kind of by Three Kings, you know? And I pull up, and there's people in there working, but the drive-through thing is just off. It's just off.
They didn't want the business.
They didn't want the business. And I go, and then I drive up, and somebody's peeking out the drive-through window at me.
As if to say, what the hell do you want?
Yeah.
Well, it's a restaurant.
Damn it, he's sauce. We got to take
Get
his
out
order.
of here.
The Jack in the Box on Hampton was the same way. People,
That's silly if you don't want to. It's kind of like the guy who sighed when I rolled up to White Castle after a TMA Live.
I suppose you want food. Get out of here.
I respect it.
How can I help you? I go, I better not order from this guy.
Yeah. Spit burger.
Yep. They are alleviating the floodplain with a $1 billion project. Doug, this is $1 billion project.
I don't think so. I doubt it cost $1 billion.
Now they are doing it for
I thought everybody would know what's going on. It seems like nobody really knows. I mean, a handful of people keep saying there's going to be Mike Greenwell is going to be on the south side of Manchester.
Will Green.
Mean Joe Greenway.
So they're building. So they're they're putting together a park in Brentwood, catty corner to an Arby's. That's why Manchester is shut down for a year.
Well, sure.
There was that area between Brentwood Boulevard and I guess Manchester no, that would be Manchester. There was that area like east of there that is completely shut down for like a year. Like you couldn't even drive there.
Yeah.
There was like a Popeyes there and the Arby's.
At Hanley, you couldn't get through.
Right. So you just couldn't get through there. I don't know if that's the area where they're building and now they're moving up.
Plowhawk, yeah, we sure wouldn't want to improve the quality of life and make our town more inviting. That's from Saucy Jack.
Are you literally telling me a Brentwood park next to an Arby's is going to what? Gather the troops and
Well, you like
get
parks,
tourism?
don't you? You like parks, don't you?
Yeah, but
You
this
gotta
is
build it, you gotta
sometimes.
make it.
This is why I like that the city is poor. I don't have to worry.
This is why I like
I don't have to worry about 5-year projects building anything stupid.
No, you do not.
What do you mean? They just built a soccer stadium that took 2 or 3 years. They built a dome stadium that took a couple years. They redid Highway 40 that took a full year where you couldn't use the highway.
Yeah, but those things you just mentioned actually do bring tourism. A park in Brentwood where you could get a roast beef. I'm not buying.
How did Arby's get lumped into this?
It's just
I'm
a
not
quality
buying
of
it.
life. I don't think anyone thought that it would bring tourism. I think it's just a little bonus for the people that live
Oh
in the
yeah, that
area.
quality of life in Brentwood. Woo!
Oh, come on, you can't sit here and slam Brentwood. It's one
I
of
could
our
end
fine
Pepper and Genie
suburbs.
right there yet again.
No, I'm saying Brentwood is a nice, like, you don't have to improve an already nice area. Like,
It's hard to get a place in Brentwood.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a nice area. So, like, how about you revitalize an area that isn't?
Well, why don't you take care of some of the parks you already have?
It's like putting
Like
up a
Tillis
light post in Huntley. It's like, who cares, dude? People can do it themselves.
You ever go by Tillis Park in the summer?
Sure. Yeah, Tillis Park.
Yeah, here's what you do. First of all, shock that lake and get all of that moss off there.
Don't get
It's
angry.
covered in moss. And stock the thing. Put some fish in there.
Why?
Because I went there one day and fished for 3 hours, and guys, I don't think there's any fish in here.
You left empty-handed.
You would think there'd be fish in here. He goes, I don't think there's any fish in here. Put some fish in there and clean up the moss.
That's a weekend project right there.
And make it easier to find the designated areas. I went to a barbecue last year. Somebody said it's in lot 6C or something. I'm driving all over this. Where the hell is 6C?
Yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't find it. I found the people barbecuing. I said, well, I think I know those people. I think that's it.
You have every reason to be hopping
We'll
mad.
put neon lights. I'm sure that'll be
Oh, they
another
clean
project.
up in the winter during that winter wonderland.
So take care of the
Parked on the
parks you
highway
already
for
have. Don't worry about
Jakey
building a new
Jakey
one.
Big Mistakey, and I'm a Jakey Jakey Big Mistakey lemming for the record, says it's called Project Clear. It was a 3-bill professor.
What's that mean? Now it's
That
up to
changed the
$3
fact that I'm a
billion.
Jakey Jakey Big Mistakey lemming.
This city doesn't have $3 billion to put on a park.
I'm reading here that there's a Deer Creek Connector project. This project is part of the city's $80 million Brentwood-bound stormwater mitigation plan for the Deer Creek floodplain that will reduce flooding, improve Manchester Road, and enhance green space.
Yeah.
Wow.
They had a major flooding problem on the
What
road
a
there
waste.
at times.
Yeah, Deer Creek floods every time you get a heavy rain.
Just
So they're
add
trying to do
another-
something about it.
Just add another drain.
Just throw some sandbags in there.
Add another
Jesus.
drain. Maybe
What's-
that's what they're
what's the
doing,
harm?
but you
Put
still
another
got to.
grate
It
there.
still requires construction. to
$80
add a
million
drain.
worth?
Yeah, if you're
Dig a
back,
hole, throw some sandbags in there.
It's not that simple.
I'll
What
take
about
a-
Arby's?
I'll take
Seriously,
over the, I'll
gotta
take
save
over the
that.
project right now for half that.
Can we infuse some money in there so I can get a chocolate shake every once in a while?
Has anyone ever seen, like, if you have hair clogging your shower, it's pretty easy, dude. Just, you don't
Pull the hair out of there.
You don't need this.
Jakey Jakey Big Mistake says no more floodplain on the train wreck area and down McKnight.
Yeah.
Two 40-foot diameter pipes from 44 in Shrewsbury to Galleria. It's a massive flood mitigation for Deer Creek, for God's sake.
How many floods? I need to know.
It floods
We got
all
a
the
lot of
time.
floods.
You might get paired with Jakey Jakey Big Mistake in the
Now-
first round of the
Quite a
Now
bit,
what?
quite a
I
bit
play
for
with
us.
him. He's a great time.
Last year, the train wreck was closed for like a month, and they lost a lot of business. Their employees couldn't work because, it was underwater.
See, what Riverside did, like, when they flooded, they just put their clubhouse, like, on stilts. So, like,
The Riverside plan. The whole
Yeah,
place
why
looked
don't
like the
you
Outer
just-
Banks.
You can't put everything on stilts.
why not?
Well, there's not enough stilts to go around.
Not everything, but I mean, in that area, insurance will pay for a lot of
At
that.
least Arby's. Get Arby's on stilts.
Please.
Now, there was that area at 44 and 141 near Valley Park that used to flood.
Oh, yeah.
Because it
Oh,
was right by the Merrimack River, so
And
they
they built the
They
Wallies.
didn't build a wall. Wally's got nothing to do with it, but they built a huge way that you can drive over it now, so that 44 will never be closed again.
I like the
By the
idea of them
water.
building the Wallies to keep out the flooding.
If the flood wall.
Wallies had nothing to do with the
it's
flood
the wall
control.
of the flood. I just don't think $80 million to unclog a drain or to.
There's more to it than that.
Who said $3 billion?
I think they said 3 bills. Maybe that's the third bill.
I don't know.
Oh, I think.
But if you got
billion.
flooding, if you got a flooding problem in a highly populated area, at some point you have to do something about it, right?
Yeah, move.
Yeah, especially
Just
Brentwood.
move. Just tell everyone to get out.
There's a lot of businesses over there.
That is true. There is businesses.
Good morning. Why is it every time that a subject comes up that requires knowledgeable input, Iggy and Plowboy are the ones who pipe up? That's from Herb's Hog. He says he worked on the project when he worked with an engineering firm. It was a loan given by the EPA to St. Louis to fix the sewers. He said there are so many cross-connected sewers in St. Louis. It isn't funny. That's from Herb's Hog.
I don't think we said it was funny.
We have an aging sewer system.
Well, good
Well,
for
I don't know how
Brentwood.
it is. I lived in Brentwood. We didn't have any problem flooding when I lived there.
Well, but that was 40 years ago.
Yeah, well.
Things change.
What happened
Now
in
that you're
40
out,
years?
you don't care, right?
I don't care.
That's nice.
As long as the Arby's is okay.
I wonder if they care about Afton. and
Okay,
Brentwood.
so we've tended to. There's a $3 billion park going.
I
next
don't know
to
that it's
Arby's.
$3 billion.
We figured that part out. Doug, that is to the east. That's to the east of Brentwood Boulevard.
Yeah.
What I was asking about, however, is to the west of Brentwood Boulevard.
didn't answer your
And all
question.
we got is a tunnel that's going under Manchester.
We answered every question but yours.
When they could have just pulled the hair out of the drain and everything would have been okay.
How did we get on this topic with Tim's question?
I don't know.
Oh, by the way, breaking news here. Marshall, head engineer here at Hubbard Radio St. Louis, says they would like to move us to the new studio tomorrow after the show.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow.
I think
That's
we
right.
need more time to say goodbye to this place.
We
More
do?
time. We've been
How
a
much
year.
time do you need to say goodbye to a room?
Well, we can't just leave here in 5 minutes. Oh, we're out of here. See you tomorrow in the new place. We
Well,
gotta,
why not?
We're moving 12 feet.
Yeah, but we need to be able to unchristen this place and christen the new place.
Unchristen.
I'm good. I'm grabbing the pail and I'm out.
You can contact Longo Biggs for help. When you are injured, it's a confusing process. They will take the hassle out of your hands. Most people don't know how to even begin an insurance claim, and Longo Biggs will walk you through everything. There's potentially a lot of money on the line. They'll help you get every dollar you deserve. They're local guys, grew up on the south side, and they will go to trial. CD or Doug will be the lead attorney in your case, and you'll get to personally know your attorney. A lot of these big out-of-state firms don't care about their reputation in the community because they're not in the community. But Longo Biggs, they are in the community, and so they care about their reputation and making sure things are done the right way. If you were hurt, you need to do what's best for you and your family. They make the process easy for the client. They accept all personal injury cases, but focus on car accidents, trucking accidents, and catastrophic injuries. Go to longobiggs.com. That's LONGOBIGGS.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements. Coming up in a matter of moments, we will have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Somebody is getting tickets to KISS, which is coming up in October, and the tickets go on sale on Friday at 10 a.m., October 25th, at Enterprise Center.
Get ready for that. I've seen them twice. And
Quite a show.
Last time I went, I was in the third row, and I'm not kidding. My eyebrows got singed.
Why?
A lot of heat, bro? A
Because
lot
they
of
have
pyrotechnics?
so much pyrotechnics, and some of those flames behind on the sides of the stage was like, and it actually singed my eyebrows.
It did.
They put on a good show. I mean,
So make sure your dental records are up to date in case they can't identify you after the...
Ace Frehley's not there anymore, but still put on a good show.
All right, there you go. Somebody's going to win it here with this Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Boy, the text inbox is not happy with this Arby's discussion.
Oh, yeah, I got a bunch of engineers.
Why wouldn't you want an Arby's across from a park? It'd be a great place to go
Fine,
grab a
if it's worth
sandwich.
$3 billion, I'd pick a better place than Arby's.
Look, I got some of their horseradish sauce. I always got some of that on hand.
A Texas Roadhouse in Brentwood.
You'd like a Texas Roadhouse in Brentwood.
Across from a park, yeah. That'd be awesome.
That's going to be another billion.
Boy, they're throwing billions
It's
around.
inflation. Yeah, inflation. I'll tell you, it's
Tell
bad.
the EPA that it's needed.
I got all
Arby's bailout
all
on
that,
Brentwood Boulevard.
all that Cronky money.
I mean, even that, we were celebrating
Yeah.
500 net.
Yeah.
And here, $3 billion's going into a park at Arby's in Brentwood.
Right.
It just doesn't add up.
Seems like a boondoggle to me.
Just throwing money.
We're kind of showing L.A., you know, and the Rams and Kroenke. We got love.
VIP Auto Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your graphic and commercial vehicle upfitting needs. They do vehicle wraps, wide format printing such as banners, storefront signage, walls, floors, etc. Anything with graphics, Tommy Sabulkin, VIP Auto Accessories can do. VIP gets your fleet vehicles from the dealership to street-ready fast and personalized for your company's needs. They know that every day your vehicle isn't street-ready, it is lost revenue. They're all local since 1979, and Tommy wants you to call him directly or email him directly. 314-428-3900, or you can email him at tommy.cibulka@vipautoaccessories.com. That's 314-428-3900 or tommy.sabulka@vipautoaccessories.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
All right, then.
Coming up at 10 o'clock, Jackson and I are going to go deal with a situation. Chris Kerber's going to be with us, Doug. We're going to get you ready for the Blues and Flyers tonight.
You got a whooping coming.
What? Yeah, we will. That is correct.
Mhm.
Anything else I should tell the people about Balloon Party, Jackson?
Just that it's going to be a fantastic show.
Oh, my gosh. There you go. So that's coming up here in about 8 minutes on 101 ESPN. And John Hewlett and Randy Carricker with Sound Stories here in this studio. A lot of people don't know, but the baseball term, the old Uncle Charlie, is an homage to William Damaris. Turns out he used to do hand play to Steve Harvey during spring training. Took about 15 seconds to see Tim was going to have another phenomenal show today, even with his being surrounded by nonsense. Because you know who has seen Star Wars bunches and bunches of times? The geezer, that's who. Pretty obvious he was trying to grab attention away from Beer Cat's birthday. You know who wouldn't play that game? KG in O-Town, because he is full-time, all-the-time employee. This email is really about $80 meat. Honestly, I don't throw that kind of money around. Heck, I'm so poor I can't pay attention. But my buddies got it for my birthday. Flaming Pit, Watson Road.
Yeah.
The room was dimly lit, so I could only see the silhouette, blonde hair, had kind of a male Ali Larder thing going on. As my mouth was watering with anticipation, something crazy happened. All of a sudden, a sultry voice said, "Happy birthday. Your friends thought you might like me." With that, he unzipped his khakis and released a huge piece of meat.
Oh.
Next thing I knew, I was waking up with the worst case of lockjaw ever. That's from William, middle name Amanda, and then the last name is Yank.
William Amanda Yunk. She's new.
I recently saw a list that ranked the best TV show spin-offs, and that made me think about a similar ranking of TMA spin-off shows and podcasts. Here are the definitive power rankings. Before we get started, let's give a special shout-out to a brief period of time in 2021. It was not technically a spin-off. It was still called TMA, but it definitely was its own separate entity with an entirely different cast. Tim took some planned time off, and Doug was out with vertigo in a case of unrelenting hiccups. So sometimes the cast included a lineup of Jackson, Iggy, Raby, Jay Jr., and Matt Rocchio, mostly discussing Jewel from Siegfried's Liquid and Lace. At the bottom of the list, we start out with number 10, The Late Night Score. Number 9, Nick and the Badger. At number 8, I'm not sure what it was called, but there were times Iggy claimed to have a podcast, but he was really just interviewing F-list celebrities who were mildly popular 50 years ago, like Ellen Foley, Mark Farner, and don't forget that thrilling straight-to-the-YouTube interview with a brother-sister cult, posing as a band called Liliac. Famous for the live reads in which the host advertised for a cleaning company in exchange for said cleaning services. Number 7, the talk of the town, Kegler's Corner. I never heard it, but I assume the main topic of discussion was how to ruin a thriving college bowling program. Checking in at number 6, we've got the Pick 6 podcast featuring 2 grudge-holding enemies and a guy in the witness protection program who isn't allowed to show his face for some reason. Up next, a brotherhood unlike any other. Number 5, Ibon in the Morning. Doug, that was producer Joe and the Non-Link.
Sure.
We start the Mount Rushmore with number 4, Biffin Show, which aired in the highly coveted Friday afternoons from 2 to 2:30 time slot. This poor excuse for journalism was famous for asking the hard-hitting questions like, "What's your favorite cut of fry, girl?" Number 3, the show that tackled such hard-hitting topics as remembering to turn on the air conditioner when it's hot outside. Famous for the longest intro in the history of radio and airing promos even after production was halted, Pepper and Genie. and a shocking upset showing up in the two-hole, the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And finally, rounding out the list is the grand champion of the best TMA-adjacent spinoffs, coming in at number 1, the times that Plowsy gets so high that he forgets to turn off the camera and some random family sound story is broadcast on YouTube. Keep an eye out for potential rising stars, Iggy's Weekend Miley Cyrus music show, and Meet the Hubbards, which could appear on this list next year. 4, please, the JV golf coach now squatting.
JV golf coach.
Today I'm walking in tall cotton, having won tickets to see Kiss, the actual band Kiss, with Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, not the Almost Kiss cover band that TMA gave away free tickets for weeks on end leading up to their show in Family Arena in April of 2013, only for there to be stacks of free tickets on the counter to St. Charles gas station on the day of the show. You can find video on YouTube of the 2013 Almost Kiss show at Family Arena. It appears to be a few hundred people in attendance, on par with a Catholic junior high school mixer circa 1994. Never mind that nobody knew Kiss tickets were the Email Today prize, or even that Kiss were still active, given that their first farewell tour took place 27 years ago. I'm looking forward to heading downtown for the show this October and maybe doing some key bumps at the after party over at the Mansion House. Speaking of after parties, I hear it was a pony down in Houston after UConn's win over San Diego State. Apparently, Jimmy Calhoun was letting the media snort lines of blow off his man breasts.
No, he wasn't.
And would you know it, that Jose Soft Hands Ortiz took him up on it. Ortiz then told the former coach, "I'm very anal," before jumping in the indoor pool and repeating the line, "Stick it in me bum, Jimmy Calhoun." Doug, that's from Buck Swope, and that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling Mail today. We gotta go.
I'm going to go with JV golf coach.
JV golf coach.
JV golf coach has shipped the Design Air Heating and Cooling Mail. We gotta go. Bye.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party.